Good evening. Throw my hands upon the air. Welcome to tonight's episode of Wishful Mockery. I've got to stop preparing these speeches for the beginning of this because it's a dog. That'll work. An announcement. As of this morning, this is going to seem really stupid, but I was quite proud of this. As of this morning, we have 25 subscribers on YouTube's.
And 28 followers on Twitch. So
No cheer from this lot. They don't care. They're just one staring at
I'm
his phone,
celebrating
one's
with
I
the
doing other
wish.
stuff.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm doing mortgage stuff. I'm an adult.
You're the least adulty adult ever.
You're the size of a fucking 3-year-old, you half pint.
And you're the size of 2 killer whales.
Was it
That
I
was
said to
good.
you once, Josh?
If I'm a half pint, you're the full fucking keg, motherfucker.
That was actually pretty good. I'll give you that
So
one.
immediately starting with
Two for
insults. I
one.
love this. I love this.
Violence. Today we have chosen violence.
You have chosen violence today. It's going to be amazing. This is going to be good, and it's definitely going to be needed. Josh, you are. I know 4 fat people, and you're 3 of them.
Yeah, it doesn't work with what you say.
Would I say that to you? Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
No, you're beautiful. No body shaming here because you are a gorgeous human being.
It's alright. I know 5 stupid people and you're 6 of them.
You've also just backwardly insulted yourself, so well done.
That was the point. Oh, wish.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Wait, is that what pride feels like?
So yeah, we have some subscribers that do things and they watch us. Thank you to everybody that does and everybody that has. I've had some wonderful comments of on some of the YouTube videos. I put a thing up in a Facebook D&D chat thing for UK D&D people. People were commenting on that. The post has now been taken down because that thing has rules, which is ridiculous, but oh well.
Rules? What in
I
D&D?
know.
What?
No, it's in a Facebook group.
There is only one rule and it should be rule of cool. And we are cool. Well,
People were saying
4
like
of
good
us are cool.
voices.
Sorry, Jack.
People were saying good voices.
You're uber cool.
Way that people interact, role plays decent or good, should I say? So yeah, people were impressed. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. Should be finishing on time this time because I have work tomorrow and work has been very stressful at the moment. So should be able to get into it. So yeah, roll credits. So, coming in from last episode, our trepid
Stream chat work.
group of people have been given a mission by the Lord General Zadar of the Silver Star Kingdom to go and hunt down a vampire lord who has taken the prince from the city. They set out on their journey with their captain, Zathara. They had a little bit of bonding. They had some talking. A group of people that don't particularly know each other and people that wouldn't necessarily gel or fit in the society that this faction of Teraann has to deal with. We have 2 humans aboard. Granted, variant humans, but they are still human.
I don't know what
We
you
have-
mean.
An alternate version of Zadar himself. And now a creepy ass motherfucker that they know nothing about. Our group on their first day of travel came across a small little skiff type rowboat flying vessel that upon it appeared to have a merchant. He flagged them down. They came aboard his ship and in his tent, teeny tiny tent that he has at the back of his vessel, our group walked in and found that it's a lot larger on the inside. And they were looking around at magical items, asking inquiries. They've all chosen some things. I think, Ryan, you got some gloves?
Yes, I got
Yeah.
some gloves that give me advantage on insight checks, see if people are lying.
Yes. So there is a caveat that I do need to add to that, which I don't think I did last time. It is insight. It's insight and perception checks against if someone is lying. So against speech only.
Hang on, you gave him that, and I'm in the party.
Yep.
Wow.
Was it also 3 times per day? I think he said.
Twice.
Resets at dawn. Twice.
Twice per day. Resets at dawn. James mentioned about Zadar mentioned about some weaponry, specifically dragon weaponry, and was offered a bow, didn't take it. Potentially offered a dragon eel, a lance. Might take it if the traveller turns up. There was a potential deal. Come on, then. What?
Love Riley.
What? What? No, you can't have the food. Go away.
Today's stream
Oh,
sponsored by
give-
the cutest doggo.
Give
Ever.
him some ham.
I haven't got any ham.
Although
What are
I've
you
just
eating it?
realised I'm the only
Oh.
one without a dog.
You are. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to stay
He's-
there.
It's okay, Josh. You smell like one.
I was going to make a joke about marrying a bitch, but
She might see this. You don't want that.
wow,
I'm telling.
do it. I'll tell her myself. I'm Mr. Right now.
So yeah, that Jack was also looking for something, but did you get it?
Which Jack are we talking about?
Of Tails. Did you get anything from him last time?
I did. I got some interesting beans, magic beans.
You did. You got some magical beans, which are quite thematic for you.
They're more of
excuse
the
me.
explosive kind, so
They are not the growing kind.
technically they grow you into millions of pieces.
Yeah. And then we ended the session with our lovely.
Also get a rapier, or am I making?
I
that
got that in the city.
That was
though,
from in the city.
from Geiger.
Gotcha.
And then we had Jack, Sarkin, sorry, asking whether he has 200 gold. Is there anything that I can get with this? At which point
Purchase.
our lovely little host, whose name
Have doth been forgotten.
Keinrich, waved his hand, went to pull something out magically, and we ended the session. So that's where we'll pick up. So Keinrich waves his hand. You see a spell. Leave it. As he does, he looks at you. So you wanted something that was going to help with healing, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Holds his hand out. You just hear like a chink as something enters his hand. You're really breaking my immersion here. Decide whether you want to stay up or go away.
I thought he was talking to me then.
He wants to go away. Okay. What is Ryan doing?
Candle.
Oh. And he holds it out in front of you, holds a hand out, and he drops. And as he drops, a amulet pendant comes down and he catches the chain at the end, so it's just dangling in front. And it sways slightly. The amulet is shaped like a kind of triangle. In it, it's got 2 crossed swords and a sapphire in the middle that holds them. This was given to me a while back now. I believe, and he holds it in his hand, the person that gave it to me called it the Silverin Gift.
And,
Has magical.
What
has magic-
exactly does it do?
You know what? To be honest, I didn't think to ask. At the time, that was. I have, however, since taken a better inventory of my stock. It is to help healers. It grants you a certain boon to your healing if used properly. I could part with it. $200 gold, you say?
Yes, if you can reveal what your cryptic message of properly means.
where would the fun be in that? He just kind of like sits back against his desk, puts one leg in front of the other, just holds it out. Gives you a smile.
Smile back and drop 200 gold on the desk.
Very good. Hands it over to you.
Cool.
So, for your purposes, it's a custom item, so you have to put it in.
Yep.
The amulet will amplify any healing spell that you do with a d6, so you plus a d6 to it. But that healing spell has to be the first spell slot of whatever level you cast it at to get the d6. So if you're casting something at level 2, you can't have used any other second level spells to get the bonus.
That's awesome.
So the first healing spell of that level will be amplified.
But if I've
Yeah.
already cast
Yeah.
a first level spell,
Yeah.
if it's not healing, it won't get that.
That extra d6.
Okay.
Cool. Interesting.
So you cast Fireball, and then you try and heal, you won't get the d6. However, you heal, then cast Fireball, you get
Do,
bonuses.
do, 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 do.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So, that is everybody has something apart from you, my friend. But I will see what I can do about that lance. If I can get it, I definitely will, and I will bring it to. It was Anfaran you were going, yes?
That is correct. And Farron is where we're going.
Good. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know you picked up some healing potions as well.
I believe we will be good, as when it comes to provisions, and I'd kind of tap the hip flask goblet. I've got all I need.
That you do, that you do. Well, my friends, it was an absolute pleasure to be dealing with all of you today. I hope to run into you again at some point. And maybe catch you in Alfaran. And he looks at Zadar, gives you a little wink, goes behind his desk. He's like, right, well, I will see you soon. Gives you all a little bow, sits at his desk, gets out a quill, just starts writing.
Guess we'll all head towards the exit curtains.
I will indeed follow.
You all head towards the exit, and the kind of drapes that appear over it just open for you. Zadar, as you're leaving, you feel something brush against your leg. As you look down, you see a rather small, probably only about 20 centimeters long, the little spectral form of a cat. And it's just nuzzles your leg as it walks past, and its tail just kind of flicks you ever so slightly. It's blue. Spectralness kind of phases out. It disappears. And as you look up to go to leave, you can see it on one of the shelves. Just kind of looks at you and just watches you as you go. Do you go to give it a little pet? I can't hear him. Is Discord gone?
No, it's James who's gone.
No, I'm fucking muted.
Twat.
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's probably been for a long time.
Probably has.
I haven't heard you speak for a good 5 minutes.
No.
Have you been speaking the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's...
You want to backtrack a little bit? Did you say anything of importance?
No, he didn't.
I said goodbye.
Oh, okay, good. At least one of you was polite. We couldn't hear him, but one of you was polite.
I'll certainly try. Yeah, just a little stroke on the cat. One cat to another cat.
It kind of, as it's cleaning
Big
itself,
cat,
it just
big cat, little cat.
gives you a little, and then like kind of nuzzles its head into you a little bit slightly. And then as you take your hand away, it's gone.
Spirit cat. I'll leave.
Holy crap.
Spicy.
It's a tiramisu and it's got a lot of alcohol. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus.
You
No
could.
wonder he wanted a CID. Fuck me.
Wait, you got ID'd?
I did. It's their policy. Because they got to take a picture of it.
Yeah, but you definitely look over 25.
They still
know I
need
do.
proof though.
They need proof that they've checked.
Ah,
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That was really good.
we can say.
Could they not?
Oh,
Could they not have just took a picture of you and just like?
it's been
said
like, look,
that?
he looks like a fucking hobo.
Yeah, literally.
That's an insult to hobos.
Yeah, look, they gave this homeless guy a drive-through.
Zadar leaves the ship and falls off the side. Zadar's dead.
Yeah, but this is James. He has got approximately 33 backup characters.
Wait a
Exactly.
sec.
His next one is
Wait
quite
a
cool.
sec. Wait a sec. I currently have 26 on
I really
Close.
wasn't far off.
on
Oh my
D&D
god.
Beyond. I do have more ideas than you've listed. I've just only materialized some of them, like a deleted Ludin 5 different times.
I bet you have
Why?
other PDF
Those are
character
cool
sheets as well,
ideas.
don't you?
So as you leave, Zathara's kind of leant on the edge of her ship on the other side of the gangplank. She looks you all come out. Who comes out first?
I guess I would.
I would have probably been last with.
Yeah,
Folks
you
are-
probably would have been. And she's leaning there. She's like, "So, did you find anything interesting?"
Some beans that will come in a little bit useful. And a bit of everything that we'd need, really.
Good.
Just
So you're
walk
better
out.
prepared. You walk out and what?
Jazz hands.
You jazz.
He's wearing gloves.
She just looks. Okay.
You know that whole throwing off the ship? Can we start with him, please?
We can certainly start with someone, but I don't know who yet. So just make sure you don't piss me off.
Would
I
ever?
vote the creeper.
I'd give her a really charming smile and be like, would I ever? And then hit alcoholic hiccup, just to ruin the moment.
She kind of looks. There's this a smile almost begins to form on her face, and she actively quells it. She's like, "Get on now. We've got some places to go. We still got to make that stop off because we need some fucking supplies."
Nudge Jack in the back. You're a very brave man considering that she doesn't like humans.
Yeah,
Or stupid.
well,
Your choice.
honestly, I've been in a lot of places where a lot of people don't like me, and most of the time I survive.
That's your personality, not because you're from a race that almost slaughtered their own.
I don't know. I've been to some pretty cutthroat noble parties. Those bastards, they really know how to stab you in the back.
I wish they'd aimed for the heart.
Oh, they tried. But unfortunately, a fatal beauty like myself, they just cannot seem to find it. Very extravagant and over the top.
You hear from her like as she's walking off. Yeah, it's probably because it doesn't exist.
I'm sure you will find it soon enough, my lady.
You just hear her. Ugh. As she walks away.
I won't catch him if you throw him overboard.
It's all right. Yuki will, right? Right?
But literally hand on his shoulder. Shakes his head.
Oh, well, yeah.
I can hear
I
the
wouldn't-
recording behind someone, by the way.
I wouldn't even bother asking Sarkin.
What recording?
Yeah, I can hear the stream
I
because I,
can
just
hear the
heard my
stream.
laugh.
Oh, I fucking never muted it. There we go.
Well, I'm sure she'll love me eventually. All people do. What's there not? What
I
is
love
there to
you.
love?
I
She'll
mean,
come
I
round
doubt
if it-
even your mother loved you.
I don't know who my mother is.
That tracks.
Wow. She did
What
love
about
me
your daddy?
up until the cow incident. Yeah.
I want to know.
I was meant to sell the cow to get some grain and instead sold it for some magic beans. But, you know,
Well,
she,
how did that happen if you've just told us that your mother that you didn't know your mother?
irrelevant.
I feel like someone can't make his mind up.
I think you need to shut up as well.
What do you think, Teraann C. Sarkin? Zadar, what do you think?
I feel like he believes he has a silver tongue, However, currently I believe it's a little purple.
Or he's been licking a Smurf's ass or something.
In reference, purple tongue means stutters.
I've never heard that before.
Me
But
neither.
Blood pulsing.
I will assure you, a man of my eloquence does never not stutter. Fuck! Fuck! I couldn't have fucked that up in a better bit!
He says, as he bloody stutters.
I would very much be like, fuck! God damn it! Oh, ruin the performance!
Get back on the ship, Jacker stutters.
Oh, I hate you, Yuki, but that was too good. Just-
Right, come on, let's go. As you, last one leaves the ship, the gangplank just kind of automatically pulls itself back into his ship. And you see the wheel that he's got at the front, the steering wheel, just kind of turns and the ship pulls away from you.
Turns itself.
Turns itself, there's nobody at the helm.
Hey, Zathara, why don't you get like a magically piloting ship that doesn't need anyone there?
Have you not heard of those? Oh no, you won't have. Damn.
Oh.
There's a group of roving? They're not roving because they're not malicious in any way. So there's a group of roaming traders, tieflings. They travel around. Some say they're a family. Some say they're more like a cult. It's kind of a mishmash of what actually, what's truth and what's fact. Most people don't know. You don't pry into their affairs, but they have a lot of magical items. When the fall happened and everybody lost their magic, this family seems to keep being born with magic, whether it's done through some eldritch deal or something. Nobody knows. Their magic is almost unparalleled at the moment by, other race standards. Humans, it's like a snap of the fingers for them.
Humans are assholes
Can I-
like that.
Can I roll something to see if it's demonic in nature? Obviously, because of my background. I don't know whether it be history or religion or what.
What, from looking at how the ship and how, like, for the past, like, kind of interaction?
Excuse me.
Just from what Zafara said, if I can recollect anything similar.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
An Arcana. Oh, I'm good at Arcana.
Mhm.
How does a natural 20 for 28 sound?
Okay, 28.
Sounds like a good start to
Roll
the
of
night
that
with the
was-
nat 20s.
Yeah,
We're
literally.
screwed.
Are you
There's
using
all
the
the-
orange dice?
I'm using my eyeball dice.
It's
Ah,
new ones.
Yeah, that's my first roll with it.
So,
ooh.
kind of putting 2 and 2 together, you get exactly 4 with no decimal places. You can deduce that how he was doing things and what she's just said. You kind of put it all together, and there's definitely the essence of a pact, but you're still unsure of whether if it's divine, arcana, or demonic.
Well, it's definitely not their own power, I can tell you that.
Not that gives us anything, but it's good to know.
Either way, they have good wares, and a lot of people want to deal with them. It's quite rare to run into them, actually. So, we're kind of fortunate that we have, and you guys have managed to get some, what I'm assuming is decent items.
Oh, so they're like the porpoise of the sky.
The what?
Do you guys not have dolphins and porpoise here? You know oh shit, you wouldn't use sky ships. So,
Are they water creatures? Because if so, the only water creatures we have, you don't fuck with.
but they're so cute and cuddly.
They probably are, which means they're probably dead.
No,
I love to see you
Shit.
cuddle a kraken. I love to see what hell you come out with from that. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't be a tell. You'd be dead.
yeah, not even I can talk my way out of a kraken.
It's all right. Dead men tell no tales.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But yeah, they where I come from,
It's a bloody awful film.
it's considered a good luck charm if you're sailing along and dolphins and porpoise as such swim around and frolic in the water in front of your ship. It means you have been blessed by the gods as such, and your journey shall be fruitful.
Yeah,
We
'cause
don't-
you've never seen that in person, then? No.
I've heard tales.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We don't have dolphins. I mean, the best thing that you're going to get swimming in front of you up here is a skirath. And they're not fun.
That sounds decidedly
they are.
unpleasant.
You best hope we don't come into contact with some of them. Last group that I had came into contact with them way more than what we normally do. And they actually did really well.
Lower averages, we'll be fine. I doubt we'll ever even see one.
Probably not.
I'm gonna
Anyway.
slit his throat.
I'm going to get back. We should arrive at the village tomorrow. So between now and then, we've got everything sorted for the morning. So the rest of the day's yours. Do what you wish. Don't jump off.
I jump on Swift Wing and jump off.
All right. Immediately ignore your captain's orders. Never mind. Okay. The rest of you. I'll see you in a bit. And she walks off. She heads back to the helm.
I'm gonna look at Yuki and Sarkan. So, gentlemen.
I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
Okay, Sarkan was it?
I just look at Yuki walking away and. What's the plan for today?
That was what I was going to ask you. I feel like we haven't really interacted or met much.
This is very true. What can you tell me about yourself?
Well, I am a legendary swashbuckler, giant slayer, alcoholic, an absolute waste of time. But we don't dwell on the last two.
You just hear from
So,
the back.
two
Bullshit
groups.
apart from the last two.
I have
Well, I'm starting to do swordsman training.
frequented many a court, stolen many a woman's heart, and run off with many a fortune. Yes, I'm a well-known individual where I come from. They even write poems about me.
In the jails, maybe.
Wow.
And,
I
who
have been-
exactly are they?
Well, everyone, of course.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I'm so well known.
With the homeless.
Shut up! How about yourself? You've seem to have a very peculiar complexion.
Yes. Well, comes with the territory of where I'm from.
And where is that?
Oh, just a little city in the desert. Don't know if you've heard of it. Probably not, as you're not from this plane.
You try me? I might have heard of it.
A place called Sahid Moran.
Yep, absolutely never heard of it. Carry on. Sounds wonderful this time of year.
Oh, it is. It's delightful.
Great place to catch a tan in the sun, right?
You could say.
I bet you and all your family just burn up, though, with that pale complexion. Okay, that was a creepy laugh. Anyway, so what are you, what do you want? What are you here for, then?
What do you want? That was so meek.
What do you want?
The same thing as you, just to rid the world of some evil vampire.
I mean, it's not necessarily what I want, but okay. I appreciate you putting goals in my mouth.
I thought that was the whole aim of this voyage, is it not?
It's the plan. I wouldn't say it's the goal. Or what I want. I just want to
Touché.
get home and have a fable that has more than an inkling of the truth in it, if you get my drift.
I can tell by some of your fables before that not many of them do.
Well, you can't spell fable without able, and I am a very able man. But not quite to the extent that some of my stories appear to have been twisted. Not by myself, of course, by the common folk. They tell these fantastical stories and word of mouth. You might have heard it. It's called Faerunian Whispers. They get passed along and just spread and twist and change. Of course, my stories were always completely true, and then others twisted them. And it would be remiss of an actor such as myself to say no to such fame.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, pause the session.
DM has paused the session. Dun
Oh.
dun dun.
10 Skiraf Hunters. Good flight ability.
They murderize your face.
Giraffe Hunter Lord.
Bum 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 bum
That-
bum.
thank you, Jack.
bum.
It's gonna be
Oh,
a good
God.
ending.
Oh, God.
Why? Why?
Lord Skirath of Huntington.
More like Lord Skirath of Cuntington.
Very true.
Hey, that
Continue
way
your
you're
scene.
from, Josh?
Shut up.
You're my target tonight, and I don't know why.
I don't know why. I've been your target all day.
Josh is always the target. Change.
I have
Maybe
been-
when his character isn't such an asshole.
It's because he's such a big, easy target.
Okay. Jack isn't an asshole. Jack's just extravagant.
Continue your scene.
Yes, director, sir. When did you turn into Valentino?
Always.
Fuck's sake. I've lost it. Where were we?
Anyway, we should probably get to helping out around the ship.
Yes, if we don't, I'm sure we'll be exiting stage right quite swiftly and then going straight down.
I get that impression from the captain.
Although I will say, my lord, she is a strong woman.
Indeed. Very powerful.
If only she'd do a bit more than fly a damn ship. Ah, well.
I would keep your voice down if I were you.
That's a fair comment.
Anybody wish to do anything else for the rest of the day?
Oh no, I'm dead.
Nice.
There was menace in that voice.
No? Nothing else?
Nope.
Okay. So the rest of the day goes by fairly nicely. You chill, you fly around on Swiftwing, practice your sword skills. Gib prepares a rather lackluster meal because there's basically no food left on the ship. You all go to bed. So you can all take a long rest. Not that you need it. But you all get a long rest. Woo. And who would like to roll today's D20?
Me. Natural 20.
Breathe
Nice.
screwed.
We're 2 for
Okay.
2, man.
Woo!
I don't like this. This is not
We're
good.
wasting them.
Just remember what happened when you rolled the 100 on Drakenheim.
Oh, God.
Twice.
High isn't always good.
That was something. I rolled 100, and then I had to follow it up, and I rolled exactly a 1 on a D100. That was...
Impressive.
It's a 1 in 100 chance. Roll me a D4.
Oh, fuck.
1!
I swear to God if it's Skirath.
Dragon.
3 Skirath hunters fly up. No, they don't.
The Skirath Lord appears!
I've just made him now. So the day continues. You all complete your morning chores, tending to the ship, sorting everything out. There is no breakfast, unfortunately. So you're all a little bit hungry. By the time it gets to about early morning, clouds are starting to get thicker. Zatara's at the helm. Just kind of looks about. Over in the distance, as the clouds are kind of like you're flying through them currently. But they're not thick at the moment, but they are starting to get like grey and a little bit dismal. She's looking around. She's kind of like, right, so we got that. Ooh. Can someone just go up to the front of the ship a sec? I want to have a little look.
Do, do, do. I woke up.
take a look over the left-hand side. You should, hopefully, see a little village down there somewhere. And then roll me a perception check.
Peer over.
Wait, are there people there? Or would they be the village people?
You hit a bit of turbulence. Jack, roll me a strength save.
I'm sorry, Jack.
22.
Yeah. You're Jack.
Yeah, you're Jack.
Oh, me.
Oh, not me.
You don't need to, Josh. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna roll it to see.
Okay.
I'm glad I
Go
didn't
for
roll
it.
it because it was a nat one.
Yeah, you'd have been wee. Did you say 22 on the perception?
Yes.
About what you can kind of deduce to be maybe like 5 miles away. You can see the farmland that's been carved out kind of modestly, not masses amounts, but there is farmland, and you can see a small collection of houses. You kind of assume that that's what she's on about.
See the village about 5 miles away.
Brilliant. I knew I was in the right place. Never doubt yourself, Zara. Never doubt yourself. Right. She turns the ship slightly, heads forward.
Little to the right.
Oh, sorry, my bad. There?
Perfect.
Good. At the speed this ship can go, probably the 5 miles only takes you about sort of 10 minutes-ish.
It's only doing 30
Not very-
miles an hour.
Is that the timings?
Yes.
It's a casual day. She's been trying to find the thing, so she slowed down slightly. I'm not very good with timings or math, all right? Leave me alone. You start to
Maybe
get
it's mine,
closer,
that's right.
and then you can all see it as you're on deck or flying around on Swiftwing. The ship starts to lower and lower and lower. She gets it close to the ground, pulls a couple of levers up by her, sets it, and you can hear the engines, the crystals go from a normal kind of hum to a sudden burst of like, and then the ship just and hovers above the ground. She comes down to here. She undoes a gangplank, throws it down. She's like, right. Just want to check over the ship, make sure everything's okay. Are you guys alright to head into town and potentially get some... We just need food, basically. Food, water, salts, random stuff. This town should have it. They haven't been asked by Ansharis yet for any form of supply, so we've got here early.
So just general supplies then.
Pretty much. Tell them, I mean, I come by here a lot, so just tell them to put it on my tab.
What if they ask us to pay your tab?
They won't. They won't. They shouldn't. I hope they don't.
That quickly went from they won't to you hope they don't.
Just
And how
tell them.
they-
And
How are they
Is,
going to react to me and Jack going and asking things to go on your tab?
Yes.
oddly enough, didn't think of that. I would go in wearing your cloaks if I were you two. Sadara, you might be okay. I would not take Swiftwing in.
That's another
Dragon
wall.
Eel. That works.
I'll spend about 15-20 minutes then using my disguise kit to have my hood up so you can't see my ears, but to give me more angular features to make me look more elf-like.
Ryan,
God,
do you disguise yourself in any way?
Someone's using a fucking disguise kit.
I'll be like, Yuki, do you want me to just kind of make you seem less human?
No.
Okay.
If they think I'm a human and they got a problem with it, it's not my problem.
But you know what? I'll let you have that. Let's go.
Just, I'm invisible. I'm not here. Ooh. She has kind of parked fairly on the outskirts. You're at the end of a couple of wheat fields. You come down your little gangplank, and you all start to walk into town. Perception check from everybody, please.
Whoa, disadvantage. Kind of got one eye. Fuck.
Oh, 16.
19.
16, 19. Jack, what was yours?
8.
James? That one?
24.
Oh!
Oh.
Fucking one eye. I did this to myself, so I
You did.
go out
You
the way.
did. It's self-imposed disadvantage. So anybody who rolled above a 12, as you're looking around, the wheat field is. How tall is everybody?
Cool.
About 6 foot.
Then
Okay, so you're about
7
6 foot. The wheat is probably up to sort of like each one of your shoulders, so you can still see quite like over it. It's quite a nice breeze blowing today. It feels a bit more kind of breeze before storm, because the clouds are starting to get a lot thicker and a lot darker. So it's all blowing. You can hear the rustling of it, but other than that, it's quite quiet. You look through the fields. There's nobody in them, and this wheat is pretty damn close to being harvestable, if not should have already been harvested.
It's ripe.
You carry on walking. You get closer and closer to the town.
He has a map, guys. We're screwed.
did it.
Do.
I just want to paint a picture. You've got one of the fucking airship.
Yeah, battle maps there.
I was gonna say, what's the Eldritch Horror in the bottom right corner, but it's a watermark.
Oh, I looked then as well.
Oh, it is a watermark.
Mm.
I got this one from the internet. So
ERM puzzle.
shout out to them for this map. They've done a wonderful job. Took off
Let me
Google
just-
search.
Haha.
Oh, and from the fucking patron as well. That's. Oh.
So you walk into town. You get to the end of the field, and
Hey,
it's
Sam is back.
Still quiet.
I was trying to delete it, and I added another one.
It's still quiet. Other than the wind, ahead of you, you see a rather large tree. From it are some ropes with some makeshift sort of swings on it.
I thought I was going in a very different direction. Then.
It's not a sacrificial tree. Around, you can see like a well-trodden path. It's not muddy, but it is well-trodden. It's almost as if just, dirt and gravel has been trod through a lot. Houses, all in good condition, but no people.
Draw
What
my
do you do?
shield. Draw my lance.
This definitely seems a bit more deserted than I was expecting.
Shall we scout the house? See if the meals are fresh or rotten. Give us a time.
Sounds like a plan. Do-do-do-do.
I poke the door with my lance as a knock.
So you go to the first one.
I'll head upwards the door.
So this first house, nothing out of the ordinary. Windows are all closed. You poke the door with your lance, and you knock. You wait a couple of seconds. There's no response.
I mean, if you want, I can see if anyone is in town. And I kind of swing my lyre around. Play a little ditty for them. See if they...
Maybe keep a surprise upon ourselves, just in case there is something hostile.
I will hold fire on the music then, as he kind of slides the lyre around.
Shall we try the next house before we go breaking into anywhere?
Above board, I'd literally just typed up a quick ditty to sing then as well. Literally, like...
during battle.
Yeah, yeah, do you know what? Yeah.
Is anybody home?
It's a bit more than that. It's rhyming and everything.
Yay.
Move up. I'll
I'm kidding. I can't. I really want to hear it. Do
Well,
it.
it is gay, but that's a different story.
Do it.
You will in battle when it's
He's
appropriate.
refining it.
I'm adding
Making it
verse
better.
2.
Ooh.
Like I said,
Well,
to clarify to the audience and for future people, I've said to Perry that as I'm the bard, I will actually IRL write songs about our party and little ditties and poems and stuff because I can.
I've also told him his inspirations, if he ever uses them on anybody, they can't just be I cast inspiration. He has to do something.
Doom soundtrack.
Are you knocking on this one or using your lance? You changed from it.
Well, I did that initially, but I was like ignored. So I was like,
Okay, you knock again with your lance. Again, you wait. A little bit longer this time. Nothing.
"Shall we open and see?"
Yes, I think that might be the best course of action.
Can someone open the door? My hands are full.
I'll pry the door just normally before.
Before attempting a B&E,
Yeah.
you try the handle. Opens.
Any weird smells of like death and decay come out?
Or
Nope.
rotting food.
Nope. So you open the door, and it takes you into a lovely, quaint sort of living area. There's a 3-seater sofa that's a little bit tattered, but still functional, still looking quite nice. A table in the middle. Atop of it is a little tea set. The mugs still have tea in them. Around the room, there is a fire that has burnt out. It is just ash. There's bookshelves. It's a very well-lived place. There's little bits of artwork on the wall. You can see over in the corner, there's a couple of like kids' toys, wooden toys. Behind all of that is a staircase that goes upstairs. And then you've got 2 doors at the back that lead into other rooms.
No signs of struggle or anything like that.
Perception check. Or investigation if you're actively kind of taking a wander.
Doesn't matter.
I would like to poke things with the lance as they wander around.
Poking what?
I rolled the 2.
Various things as I investigate rather than using my hands and dropping my weapon or shield.
Okay. Jack, what was your roll?
I rolled a 2, so 5.
And what was it you were looking for, sorry?
Just any signs of struggle or any things of. Because there were obviously people in here because of the teacup, so any clues of where
Yeah.
they've gone or.
No,
How they
not that
just
you can
did.
see. No signs of struggle. No signs of struggle. The teacups are both still full.
They're not warm. It's been
You
a
touch
while.
them, and no, they're cold.
Best,
Any
we got
heat
a
from
box
the
of-
fire.
Nope, it's ashes. James, what
I've
was
got it
your
over there.
investigatore?
Natural 20 or for 22.
Natural 20. So you go around, you poke things, and you
Good mimic.
you poke things. Everything that you kind of touch and look over, even if you just sort of briefly want to check through something by like underarming your lance or your shield, briefly putting it on your back. You can look through a couple of books. They've been read clearly. The spines are a little bit bent. There's no dust that has settled on anything. It's still fairly clean. But other than that, it's a house with nobody in it.
I am a warrior, not a detective.
Shall we rejoin our companions?
I'd just be leaning against the side of this house waiting for them to come out. Kind of
Can I see
humming to
anything in this?
myself.
Can I see anything in this courtyard area? Anything?
So in the courtyard area, you can see a bunch of other houses that kind of lean off it. This one here
Bing bing.
That's a big
has
thing.
its front door open. And as you're kind of waiting for them to come out, so while they're in there investigating, you look, and from the other side of the tree, you hear a noise. Sounds like footsteps. And then from behind the tree, quite a thick trunk tree, from behind the tree walks out a horse. trailing behind the horse is a cart. The horse is attached. It's one of those like two-thing ones that come along, and then it's got a braid over its back. Quite low cart. It's not like a big fancy one, but the horse is still attached, and he's just wandering around.
Is there any stock on the cart? Not on
Nope.
the horse.
Nothing.
It's kind of starting to seem like everyone just up and vanished from their exact spots.
It seems
Yeah.
there is definitely a missing persons case around here.
Missing
know-
village, more like.
Oh, well, true.
You came from hell. I came from another plane. Do you think maybe something in reverse happened here?
Another plane and portal. Somehow I doubt it, but that's above board.
I mean, from what
How
we've
did
been
you
told,
know?
portals aren't common here, so it would be terribly unlucky if that did. I mean,
Also, something like that on this larger scale would take incredible magic. Like
and there would be
rivaling it.
some aftermath, of
feel-
course.
Just to take all the people as well. If it was a plain portal, it would take the entire town and not leave horses for one.
Do you know of the Fae?
Yeah, I didn't think of those, to be fair.
At him saying the Fae, you just hear a chuckle from Jack. Oh no, this isn't their type of thing.
Can I detect any magic at play, Perry?
Like,
don't
Are you
have
trying
this
to do? Are you casting detect magic?
I don't have the spell. I'm just seeing if I can feel any magic around.
Roll me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
I'd like to see magic. Do you have any magic?
I-
No.
I just want to see it.
Fuck your disadvantage, it was a natural one.
No. You sense no magic at play. The door in that house that is open, as the wind starts to pick up slightly, the door just kind of.
I feel like that's a cue, guys.
I feel if your weapons aren't drawn, you're a fool. I look at the man holding a lyre.
This liar can do more damage than you realise. I have killed
Yeah, to ears, maybe.
many people with this, but we shall see.
Also, I'm going to let out a certain companion now.
Okay, Swiftwing just.
As there is no one in the village to panic. Away, dragon you.
Kind of crouches down slightly and sort of looks at you for direction of what you want it to do.
And I climb it.
Can I make my way
Up
over
and
to
back.
this horse and cart? Just see if the animal's fine, if it's spooked, if it's just wandering around.
As you approach, do an animal handling check, please.
Oh, heavily.
Humana, 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 humana.
18.
18. You approach, kind of hand out. The horse just kind of trotting around. Sort of looks, notices you, actively walks towards you, pulling the cart. It has a slight limp on one of its legs. And you, as you kind of look round, you can see it's where the cart is like kind of directly level with it. It's where the cart sort of has been rubbing against its leg. He comes up to you and he just sort of puts his head down. You kind of reach up, touch it.
So you said the injury, so it's like he's just been hooked up to this cart for a long time, so it's...
You could deduce a while.
And... Sorry, did you say there was anything in the cart or not?
No, nothing in the cart.
Well, you don't seem spooked, but I'll detach him from the cart and just you said there was stables, didn't you? Well, there's no point in him. I'll just detach him from the cart, let him go.
So you detach him from the cart and kind of do a Aragorn to
Yeah.
just go on.
Free now.
And he just
Were
kind
you
of.
trying to remember Aragorn's horse's name?
It's not Aragorn's horse. It's Sam's horse. Sam's pony.
Bill.
Bill the
Is it
pony.
Bill?
It's Bill the pony.
Yeah, it's Bill. Yeah. He kind of like trots off, and he ends up just sort of walking down here, and then disappearing. They are very large pings.
Well,
That was a lot of red.
there goes dinner if we can't find the villagers.
Well, I definitely think it's been a while, considering that horse was rubbed raw from being hooked up to this cart. So,
Resisted the urge to make a joke then, because I realised my mother watches these.
I'm gonna take Swiftwing into the sky and just circle the village around the tree.
I mean, my offer still stands, gentlemen. I will play a song that, well, makes people aware that we're here.
Above the tree.
I'm just gonna nudge the door to this building open and stick my head in.
No, don't go
So-
without me.
The door
Anybody
opens out,
home?
so you kind of nudge it away, peer in. Again, instead of obviously you didn't realise because you didn't go to the old one, you've not got a long room on this one. It kind of goes down a couple of steps, so it's a little bit lower, and it's more of a long, wide room, sorry. In there you got like a nice dining table laid out with food. The food has got some flies buzzing around it. It is starting to turn. Again, there's a fireplace. It's ash. There's a modest little living area. There's some like knitting down by one of the tables, one of the chairs, sorry. Out the back, again, there's another open door. And just in the room now, you can see all sorts of manner of like little bits of hay. And from behind one of the sofas, a chicken just kind of walks out. Just and runs.
All right,
as it
Alan
sees you.
Tudyk, calm down.
still
The
no
food's on
signs
the
of
table.
struggle.
Kick the chicken.
You get an achievement if you kick the chicken.
Nice.
Any signs of struggle in this one? No. Ryan, do you want to run a reception check as you walk in?
Sure. That's a 18 on the dice, plus a lovely 5, 23.
Nice. James, I applaud you for the commitment to moving that around, but if you don't stop, I will murder you.
It's very distracting.
I applaud your commitment, though, but I will actively kill you. What was it? 23.
Yes.
So you walk in, you see all of that. You then also notice a couple of bits of paper on sort of like what equivalent to us would be a coffee table. A couple of bits of paper. There's an ink and quill next to it. And they kind of draw your eye.
I walk over and start reading.
You obviously speak common, don't you?
I hope so.
Perfect. Good. Otherwise, nobody would be able to understand you. It was a stupid question. I don't know why I fucking asked. So you see 3 hand-drawn or handwritten kind of letters. You flip through them, and the one on the bottom is what appears to be the oldest. The ink looks a little bit different to the others. It's kind of a lot darker. The letter reads, Siras and his family seem to just up and left. Don't know what happened to them. They had the biggest house in the village. And then all of a sudden, gone. There was no animosity. Well, they had a fallout with the bakers last week, but other than that, it was not an excuse for them to leave. Took him, his wife, and his 4 kids. Just gone. Second one reads, 2 more families have upped and left. Houses just empty. Things are starting to get a bit weird around here. Not entirely sure what it is. But every day I wake up and I have an uneasy feeling. Something's changed. Whether it's the people or the village, I'm not sure. Maybe it's best we pack up and go. final letter. Housing situation's getting odd. Of the 76 families that live in and around the village, 42 have just upped and left. No word, no goodbyes, all of them in the same way. Our neighbours are actively packing and going, they've told us. My home's here. I don't know whether I should leave or not. Maybe I will. Who knows?
Well, there's definitely magic afoot.
There's the guy that's reading them.
Touche. I'm going to be sat
So-
outside tuning my lyre.
I'd walk out of the house with the 3 letters in my hands. Guys, you might want to give these a quick glance over. Definitely shows there's something suspicious going on. And then very discreetly, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy to slam the door behind myself. And then flinch as it slams.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
What's my sleight of hand? Ooh, it's not great. Ooh, I'm rolling good tonight. That was a 22.
22. What's everybody's passive perception?
12.
Actually, pretty high.
14.
Not good enough, but
None of you see it. So this does kind of spook you slightly. You just go slam of the door.
Was there anything in there with you?
Oh. Looking very perplexed at what just happened. Ghost, gotta be ghost.
I'll go back up to the door and push it open, see if I can see anything inside.
You see nothing other than a chicken.
Somehow I don't think that was the chicken.
Thaumaturgy again to make whispers. Ominous whispers.
Sleight of hand at disadvantage because you stood next to Jack.
Okay, that was a natural one.
Jack sees you.
Me or
I-
Sarkhan?
Jack sees you. I'm not saying of tails every time.
No, but then call him Sarkhan.
I do.
You just called him...
No,
No,
he
I was
means
referring to
you saw him.
You saw him.
But I wasn't stood next to him.
You were stood close enough too.
Okay. I just...
I
kinda-
didn't.
I'd look at him and go, you know, if you're gonna do that, you need to do it like this, and then use then use minor illusion, to make the ominous whispers happen.
Describe your ominous whispers.
Just hear kind of like this ethereal, just like on the edge of your hearing, kind of indistinguishable words. They would flip between common and elvish, going between the two almost individually between each word, making absolutely no sense because you could barely hear it.
How would that make Sarkhan feel?
I'm
Flex.
sorry.
What was this minor illusion you're doing? So you're making like visible words?
minor illusion is
sound.
sound as well.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
all visuals. That's
No, you
illusion,
can't.
in case it's both.
Can't int save minor illusion, I believe.
No.
Can I try to int save?
Oh wait, no, you can't tell a lie.
Yeah.
It's
So
not an int save, it's more of like an investigation int.
Yeah, investigation
Well,
check.
yeah,
It was a 19 on the dice, so
I'm assuming he beats
I'm just checking.
your spell save.
He definitely beats.
Not going to be a 20.
I've got things which can change it though.
You got a max of 17 at this level.
It's 16, but
Yeah, you could have the Luckstone.
and if
yeah,
it's
you
in,
can go through. It's fine.
if it's in, I've got at least a +3. So
Yeah,
I'm
you-
not going to waste a bardic inspiration on this.
You
so
realize
I've
that
realised
someone's
that.
playing silly buggers.
So I'm just gonna look around, turn around, and try and subtly cast Mage Hand, and then just put a hand on Jack's shoulder.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Do you want me to
Come
roll
on.
a check against it, or
15.
You're watching him currently, so you can roll a perception check because you're casting this in his direction, so you can see him.
dice don't let me down?
These idiots are running
Not
around
20
fucking the
bits for a 22.
He sees you.
I feel the hand and I just cock an eyebrow at you and go, "Oh wow, Sarkhan, I am scared, very scared.
About as much as I am of your little tricks.
I do
It's
not
alright,
know what
I
you
still
mean."
won with my first one.
Ah, did
They're
touche.
fucking
You
idiots.
did do quite well.
While they're talking, I'm just going to lean down to Swiftwing and shout. Well, talk. Let them hear your rah. Oh my
Rah.
god.
Rawr.
That's supposed to happen. Let them hear your roar.
Nope. It's canon. Swiftwing goes.
Swiftwing's
"Rah."
flying, and he kind of looks back at you, gives you like a dragon eel smile, and just goes, "Rawr."
Literally says XD roar.
Fucking teenage years have ruined me.
Rawr, I'm a dragon.
So from above, all of you hear, "Rawr." Right.
Was that it?
It was more to like see if there's anything in the area and aggro them.
The Swiftwing then kind of looks back at you and is kind of like, "Oh, that's what you meant," and just like does its dragon eel's kind of more of a roar, bit screechy. Nothing. You all kind of are like, "Oh shit, dragon just roared," and you kind of wait. Winds rustling through the trees, and it kind of dies down and rustles again. And as it does, you all, including you in the air, smell something sweet coming from sort of north of the town.
Does it lift me off the ground and I float towards it, or do I have to walk
It
up
goes,
there?
and it beckons.
I'm
Do
gonna
you all,
land.
smell that?
Smells tasty. Want to go have a look?
I smell.
Well, it's the
Pecan
best
pie.
lead we have.
I have room for one more in my saddle as I tap the seat behind me.
Well, if you don't mind.
Wait, couldn't
Why not?
Sarkhan technically just stick to the underneath of?
I'll climb up.
It says surface, so
A
Not
dragon
really.
eel is a surface. It's an
no,
organic
it's a creature.
surface.
Fly away.
We can go up to town hall. Well, what I'm
So
assuming is the town hall.
You head up to a rather nice looking house. Doors and windows are closed, all bar one. It's a downstairs window, and it's slightly ajar, and you can smell this almost sickeningly sweet smell coming out of it.
I thought you
Oh,
said it
there's
was a
pile of
window, not a
windowsills.
jar.
Shut up, Josh.
Smite him, Barry. Smite him now. Teach him a lesson.
It's the first time I've done that this campaign completely.
It is. You guys in the air do still smell it, and it's sickeningly sweet, but it's almost irresistible. Something is this smell is almost beckoning you in.
Would you almost say it's charming us?
No,
Stick
but it
my
is a
head-
really nice smell.
Stick my head towards the window. Order for Yuki.
No response.
I'm just gonna
Doesn't
circle
sound
the
like
house
there's
in the
anyone
air.
there.
I assume Sarkhan has some long range spells.
Anyone going to try the door, or am I the guinea pig for this one?
I think you're a skeleton key as such, good sir.
Try the handle.
It opens.
Is it a push or is it a pull?
It's a pull.
Pull it.
So you're gonna say push it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Jack.
Pull door.
Look, have a look inside. Do I see anything? What do I see?
A very luxurious living room. Fire is lit getting low, but it's burning. All manner of tables, sofas. They don't look beat up in any way. They are very pristine, very good wood, nice kind of fabrics on them. There's curtains on all the windows. Everything just looks really, really nice.
As someone who's previously been around nobles, would I think it is something that a noble would live in?
Not necessarily nobility. It's not that grand. But someone of a higher status, you kind of recognize that higher statusness.
I'd pass that
Are
information
you both
on.
in there?
Yes.
Mhm.
I would turn around and go, not quite to a noble's taste, but they certainly weren't lacking funds.
And you two are circling, yeah?
If they die, it's no skin off my back.
Just chuckle.
Maybe just a bit of fur.
James, can I get Swiftwing to roll a wisdom save, please?
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
that's fine.
They've got surface to air missiles.
18.
Surface, huh?
18.
18.
Oh, actually, let me check. Is it +2? +1, so 17.
17.
14.
Okay. Fortunately, he would have passed with the 18.
Motherfucker. Inspiration.
You don't have one, do you?
I do.
The Swiftwing, though.
He is my controlled creature.
he
I
technically
can-
would be able to use it. You're flying around on Swiftwing, and something that's never happened before. Swiftwing does something without you kind of giving it the order to. Gets to the front of the house and just and lands. Doesn't shake you off or anything like that. He lands and just kind of stays
I
there.
I assume that means we're going inside then?
It means whatever's in there, we should not approach without caution.
Hey guys, it's really nice in here. You should come and have a look. As I shout back through
Jack
the door.
and Yuki,
He's going to be the first to die.
wisdom saving throws.
Is it for charm?
No. Tell a lie. Sorry. Intelligence saving throws.
Ah, I'm better at those.
So am I.
The fuck? Yeah, okay, so I rolled a 2 on the dice, which makes it a 10.
It's not against charm, you say?
I'm good at these. Rolls a 2. Fuck.
I'm good at it with my modifier, not with my dice.
Not frightened either?
Nope.
Okay. Excuse me.
Mm-mm.
Fright would usually be a wisdom save anyway, so.
I'm going to say no,
Okay.
because it doesn't say frightened. Not that I'm reading off anything.
Mm-hmm.
As we've landed, I'll get off and start heading the way to the
18.
door.
18. Jack passes. Ryan does not. Yuki, as you're stood in the kind of nice living room of this place, an odd chill comes up your spine. You suddenly start to feel a little bit paranoid. Like you shouldn't be here. Like you're going to get caught. Something's odd. Something's off. Something's wrong. Is it Jack? Is it the fact that your companions didn't follow you in? Is it something else?
Companions is a strong word.
You start to feel paranoid. I'll let you run with that for a minute.
Would I notice that? Or what would Yuki be? How would Yuki be reacting?
It kind of just,
We'll find out.
it kind of just like roll his shoulders, but like, not often I get a chill up my spine. It's normally a bead of sweat down my back.
I'm not.
Something's
getting
not right
anything.
about this place. I don't know what it is, but I don't get this feeling often.
Do we think it could be magical?
The paranoia starts to grow. And Jack starts to look a little bit more menacing.
Damn straight I do.
Fight.
Kind of reminds you of Something from the hells. Something that you trained against as a young boy.
I am going to cast Dispel Magic.
Why
Okay.
did you? What's going on?
1 sec. Sarkin, what are you doing?
I'm just heading towards the house.
Heading
As
towards the
we've-
house?
As we've landed, I'll head over to join the other two.
So while that's happened, you've come in, you've pulled the door open, you've walked in. You are casting Dispel Magic.
Yes, on what I presume is the effect coming from this smell.
Okay.
So
So, Dispel Magic, does it need a target or...
one creature,
it
object,
an
or
aura?
magical effect within range. So it would be, I think, a magical effect coming from the smell, so I'm targeting that.
Okay.
Any spell of 3rd level or lower, because I'm casting at 3rd level ends. Each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
You almost visualize this smell. You cast Dispel Magic. How do you cast Dispel Magic?
I would take the lyre and I would just from what these guys have seen before, looks like what should just be a normal chord, and it starts off as that. But then as the sound leaves the lyre, it kind of warps into a discord that would cut through almost things that would be very jarring.
Discord howling at a summer afternoon.
You play, it kind of echoes out. Smell's still there.
Worth a
You
shot.
deduce it's not a magical effect. Sarkin, intelligence saving throw.
13.
You also fail.
Oh god, they're all going to kill me.
You you feel a shiver down your spine.
Flipped character over.
You start to feel paranoid. You shouldn't be here. This place is off. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here.
I'm just gonna...
Ryan, at this point, Jack is looking a little bit creepy. And you kind of shake as if to be like, this isn't real. And he kind of goes back to normal and then starts to get creepier again. And in your head, you're just thinking, we shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. What's wrong with this house? I shouldn't be here. And you start to get a terrible urge. You just have to leave.
Don't know there's anything in here. You look like a creepy bastard at the minute, though.
Thank you.
Stepping outside. I go and start walking outside.
Okay. So you two are still in the house. As Yuki leaves,
I don't think I was meant to leave.
oh, cock dice.
I don't think you were either.
Yeah. I gotta get out of here. Dies.
Yuki, what's
what?
your AC?
You really
16?
weren't meant to leave.
Meets it,
Field.
meets it. You will watch as Yuki leaves.
I bet it's not even
room.
something I can see coming, is it?
Yuki leaves the room, and all of a sudden he steps over the threshold. He's gone.
Are you monster housing us?
Yuki, as you leave, you walk out, and you just feel a slimy, icky, gooiness just onto your back, over your shoulders, and kind of like up your neck. And you are pulled 10 feet off the ground. As you do, you look up.
Mimic Village.
What
Ow.
the fuck is that?
I got gargantuan creature.
As you look up, you kind of see and you are caught in this web as you kind of look up and look out, you can see a massive leg over the house, another massive leg on the other side, and a couple more that straddle down the house. You see a head of a almost spider-like creature. Its body nestled really nicely on top of the house. Giant fangs. Little tiny kind of like mouth of chittering teeth. And all along its underbelly, kind of nicely laid out on the house, are a whole array of cocoons. About humanoid size.
That is
The rest of you just see Yuki disappear. Can everybody roll initiative for me, please? On D&D Beyond.
Ooh. That's a shit initiative.
Oh, I thought it was an
Nah.
one. It was a 7.
I've got to jump between tabs, bear with me. Okay.
How could you? How did you?
I'll take that! Guys, I have a plan.
Do you know?
Everybody rolled.
Huh.
Does Swiftwing go with you, James?
Yeah, he's a controlled mount and would go at my initiative. If I'm off him, he would go at the end of my initiative.
Okay. So, at the start of initiative, we have Jack of Tails.
I kind of want to pull a Sarkhan, I'm not going to lie. Not Sarkhan, Sarth. Not quite to that extent.
What, don't worry, guys, I've got this, and then killing yourself.
No, don't worry, guys, I've got this, then
Hey.
polymorph myself.
Sarth never once failed what he said. The only character whose dice backed up what he said.
Sorry, I was thinking of...
Uhtred.
No.
Wow!
Josh's character that murdered himself.
What?
Most.
Taxon.
Taxon.
Leave Taxon
Sorry, guys, I
alone.
got this.
Fucking zombie.
I
It
was
would
discussing
be,
the
am I right in saying polymorph at the moment would be a CR7 creature, wouldn't it?
It's your level, and it's beasts.
What he said.
Sadly, you can't transform into a dragon.
I never planned on it.
Who polymorph
Yeah, because
can
they're not beasts, are they?
The dragons.
Yes. There's only one CR7 beast I can turn into.
Giant ape.
Giant ape. Seeing Yuki disappear, I'm gonna very carefully go out, like looking up as I do, just ready in case.
Are you leaving?
I would kind of peek my head out the door.
Okay.
Would I see said creature?
Well,
Fuck.
Next level, you can be a T-Rex, Josh.
I literally just saw that. I'm not gonna know what's happened, so I'm not. But I'm not gonna want to leave. If we leave, I'm just gonna get yoinked. But fuck it, I would be
I-
like, "What the fuck's happened?" And I'd step outside, looking for Yuki.
you step out, you see nothing.
Just see a fucking giant gorilla exit the building, like, whoa!
As in, looking up, I don't see Yuki, and I don't see giant asteroid
Nope.
spider.
Nope.
Well, it was nice knowing Yuki, I suppose. Huh.
Oh, I can't get my weapons pointed at you because what the fuck is this giant?
He hasn't cast polymorph yet.
I haven't
Oh, I
cast
thought you had.
polymorph yet. No. I'm going to ascertain there's a threat before I cast polymorph. Not wasting my only level 4 spell slot. Come on. Was that something you
Polymorph
think
lasts
I'd do?
a fairly long time.
Yeah, but it's only one. And I'm going to go head over towards the tree. Sorry, Jack.
Anything else?
Sorry, Ryan. No,
Not holding an action, nothing.
I don't know what's happened. If I've looked and I can't see him, I presume he's done weird magical portal things and has gone back to Avernus.
Fucking hell again.
Fair.
Okay. So that is. I need to fucking get to grips with this whole encounter thing now. Jesus.
Pretty
Next.
simple, to be fair. Once
Okay.
you get used to it.
So next, this creature's turn. This creature is gonna pull you up towards it.
He's pulled.
You are probably at the height of the building itself. It's a 2-story building. So you're probably at the height of the 2nd floor. You're not anywhere near it yet. But that is all it does. It doesn't move anything other than pull you up slightly. Yuki, your turn.
How close are any of its appendages to me?
So it has 2 smaller kind of front-ish legs that are just nestled quite nicely over the front roof of it. They are actually now probably within reach. You're about 5 foot away. It's got 2 legs that kind of just right by the front 2 corners of the house that are just kind of perched there quite nicely. And then its body is still probably about, well, its head is still about 10-ish feet away from you.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast darkness on my sword. So I have 20 foot of darkness around me in a sphere. Then I'm going to activate my blade song.
So you actually cast. So there's a 20-foot bubble. Does it stay on your sword or is it in that location currently?
It attaches to my sword, so it will follow my sword.
For anybody else, you see a ball of darkness just up by the house.
So I'll then activate my blade song, which gives me +5 bonus to my AC, +10 walking speed, and +5 to any con saves to make concentration checks.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to use my 2 sorcery points to do a quicken spell.
Josh
And
has just come online on found out. Sorry.
I am going to Thunder Step Away, which is a 3rd level spell. And it needs to make a con save, please.
Con save.
Yeah.
Came online on found out, Josh.
Yeah, because I accidentally clicked Battle.net or Discord.
It's an 18.
So it passes and only takes 5 thunder damage. And I then teleport to just down by the tree. I can teleport up to 90 feet.
Okay. So, when you teleport, do you actually actively disappear?
It's just like basically Misty Step with damage.
Okay.
Oh my god, I could turn into a Triceratops.
There's a bunch of dinosaurs from Turn of Beast you can turn into as well shortly. Like a Spina fucking Saurus.
Okay. So, yep, you are teleported away by the tree, and your magical darkness follows you. So, Jack, you are now in magical darkness, and so is Zadar and Swiftwing.
At least Swiftwing has blind sight.
As blind sight. Cool.
I don't. He does.
So you, all of a sudden, you will see this ball of darkness. The ball of darkness disappears, and then all of a sudden, you see nothing. Anything else you can do?
No, I'm gonna have my turn.
How big is darkness?
20 foot.
20 foot.
Jesus.
That's fucking huge. It's bigger than I thought it was.
Okay. So next.
No, sorry, it's 15 foot, James.
Next is Zadar.
Swiftwing grab him. And he's going to just Dragon Hands attempt to pick up Jack and Yuki.
This is a let's get a fuck moment.
Is Yuki on that plane at the minute?
You'd have to be for darkness to be affecting us.
Not
You only
necessarily.
teleported.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I was on a different. Like, I wasn't there, was I?
We
You
don't know
don't
what.
know what happened.
Yeah.
You were there with the creature. You could see everything else around you.
Could you
Oh, okay.
see everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
I vote we get a fuck because are we fuck fighting a giant spider like that?
Gargantuan fucking creature.
Yeah, that's gargantuan. We are not equipped to deal with gargantuan.
Yeah, so literally Swiftwing is just going to try and grab Jack and Yuki.
I'm gonna
Definitely
see
not
it and
carry
go.
weight.
Well, actually, can we? Now
You can't.
Obviously, without darkness, would we be able to see it?
But you're in darkness.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Satkin. If you run, I can come back for you.
Stay in the house. You'll be safe.
Darkin's gonna have to fight it when he
can I?
leaves.
Yep, you can grab them both.
And dash, bitch, dash. I'm off the map.
With carrying
I would not be able to
all
carry
of them.
not even nearly as a large creature.
Okay,
Sorry, Sarkhan. There's no one you
you're
made.
off the map.
I'm just sitting in the house in a corner, like,
this is some alien shit like camping an event. Like, don't come near me.
Sakin, your turn.
so I'm paranoid, and my thing is to leave.
It is indeed.
Oh.
So I leave,
Jack, do you have a backup character?
walk out.
Does 22 hit you?
Yes, my AC is 12.
Oh.
All of us.
Oh. I love how
And you're
we collectively
pulled
just
5
went,
feet off the ground. You see said creature. And you don't see anybody else anywhere. Paranoia wears off. Pretty
Do
much
I
instantly.
still have my action and bonus action and
You
everything?
do. You just walked out and you're just grappled.
Misty step.
Hmm.
And then I'll head 30 feet towards, as I don't see anyone, the ship. And then I shall then run another 30. 5.
Is that dashing? Because you've already used your action.
Missteps bonus action, and then dash. And, well, then I've got my movement and my dash, so I can pretty much get off the map.
70 foot then. Oof. Did we collectively just go giant space spider? No.
I was ready to fight it.
You can fight it. I would have left you to fight that. I'm not fucking with a spider that big. Gargantuan creature. I'm good.
There.
I'm 6 foot. That thing's like 50 foot.
I wanted to fight it, but I'm the only one here. I'm not fighting it.
Jack's like, I will fight it, but not by myself. Goodbye. I vote we come back with Zathara and she can flame broil it.
End of your turn?
Yep.
As Swiftwing flies over towards the ship, Zathara, you see her on deck. And she sees you coming in. You come in and you land. That was a quick trip. You got the supplies?
Gargantuan spider of proportions I have never seen.
She wouldn't be able to see us. We're still in darkness.
Fucking dispel it.
I would dispel my blade song and then dispel my darkness.
She says what she says.
Gargantuan spider of
Has,
proportions.
has the Darcene said spider?
No.
That's a good point.
Swiftwing would have though.
Nope.
Swiftwing has blind sight.
Swiftwing didn't see it.
Currently, me and Sarkin are the only ones that know it was there. But well, I was ready for a fight. But why? Why? Oh, it was only a big spider. Like, come on, it's not that tough.
How big is big? Are we talking?
Quite a bit bigger than that building.
I don't mind spiders as long as they're spider-sized. Building-sized spiders is where I have a problem. I vote
I'm sure I
Zathara.
remember
Can
you saying something about being a giant slayer.
That is a giant, not a giant spider. Slight
Wait
technicality.
a sec. What are you on about? What was what?
Oh,
You
all
went
the
in to get
village-
supplies, not fucking take on a spider.
all the villagers were in cocoons in an extra dimensional space held by a big ass spider.
She kind of looks. Right. Where's the other one? She kind of looks down. She sees Saka running. There he is.
Just Benny Hill run up.
Grab
Okay.
him.
Not a problem. So,
Giant spider. Giant spider. We should go.
I second this.
we need the supplies.
Can you flame broil a spider of that size?
I don't even. There aren't spiders of that size. What? It was bigger than the fucking house.
There are spiders of that size, I can confirm.
If I had a guess, it'd be about 50 foot tall.
At 50 foot, you would just watch me go from to
Coward.
Survivor.
Okay.
You know the like main building? It was sat on top, over it. Bigger than the biggest building in said village.
Say, Zathara,
Mhm.
does this ship have a cannon?
No, but I've got those.
Is that going to be good enough?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure how much I believe you, but
I feel we're better off hunting for food in a different area.
Speaking
bound to
of,
be
if we
waterhole.
look back to the village, can me and Yuki still see it?
make a perception check, both of you.
Oh, that's better. 22.
18.
18.
I've got the perfect song if
No.
we do flee.
Neither of you can see it.
I
Right.
can't.
Okay, so I can take us away and we can find a forest somewhere and potentially get some food, but it's not going to be any good. Still got a day's journey, but Anfaran is not the cheapest place to be picking up supplies.
Yes, but can one put a cost on one's life?
Depends, it's not me that's going in, is it?
Wow.
No, but it'll be you who starves.
Oh no, I'll be fine. I got my own ways. Right. I suppose if there's a giant spider on the loose, we'll get out of here then. And she walks back towards the... I need to get it up.
That's what she said.
There we go. She heads back to the helm.
Say, Sarkhan, did you run from the village to here?
Yes, there was a giant spider.
I mean, that is amazing. That's a feat of athleticism that surely deserves a song. I have just the song for you.
Amazing.
Brave Sir Sarkhan ran away. He ran away. Brave Sir Sarkhan.
He's dying of embarrassment.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. One song is plenty. I don't need any more than this. I just pat him on the shoulder.
You all look up and looming over you is a giant spider.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
Oh, it's back. Awesome.
You didn't tell
Ah.
me it was this, but you said big, but I didn't think big was this big.
We did.
I didn't.
It targets Jack of Tails specifically, wraps him in a cocoon, and eats him.
Yeah.
You ask me to do music, I do music, and then you punish me for music. Cannot win.
Nope, you can't. So Zathara releases a couple of the
Oh, I thought you actually meant the spider was here.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, so
Aw.
you guys
Oh.
fussied out. She releases a couple of
Yeah.
Like the
the
spider.
majiggies, and the engines kind of whir into life, and the ship takes off, flies away. So you guys looking to do some like hunting then?
Apparently.
I am on a dragon. I shall hunt.
You know what we should hunt? Spiders.
normal sized spiders, not
No,
giant
no, no.
spiders.
Normal-sized giant spiders.
I don't even think you guys will be able to take on that. Best hunt some like house spiders or something. That's probably more your level.
Are you shaming us for being smart and running from a fight?
No, not in the slightest.
I
Feels
feel
like you're
sad.
shaming us.
I wanted to fight a big asteroid spider.
We got two of you that wanted to do it, two of you that didn't. So I'm just like, you guys do what you need to do.
It's
You
a
don't wanna
creature
fight
of
it? You don't wanna
gargantuan
fight it?
proportions.
Just because it's gargantuan doesn't mean it's going to kill you. Who would be looking for a place to hunt? I'm assuming Zadar.
I vote Zadar. Zadar and Swiftwing.
Perception check for me.
Oh no.
The dragon is looking, not me.
Okay.
I got. Do I have any proficiency to its perception? It does 3, so 22.
Okay. 22. As you're kind of flying over some wooded area, Swiftwing notices a couple of sort of like the odd sort of deer or stag kind of swoops down, just grabs them. It's fairly easy for him to do. Grabs them, kind of dispatches them with its claws quite quickly, and then just sort of flies up, drops them on the ship, carries on. He pretty much managed to sort of like do that for the rest of the day.
Is deer venison?
It is.
Venison.
It's like, venison for dinner, folks! I haven't had this in a few years. Those
For
nobles
breakfast and
really
lunch.
over hunted those in back there.
Gib kind of comes up, helps deal with the disemboweling, skinning, carving up. Just sort of like helps you deal with whatever's coming on. Overall, roll me a d10.
I only have one, so it's hard to find my D10.
Do you want me to
That's
do it?
seven.
Oh, never mind, you beat me to it.
7. So for
Oh,
about the rest of the day, you probably pick up about seven deer, just to keep you going for a little bit.
That's a lot.
You know it's only like a day and a half's journey for the rest of it. But then you've got to do the journey back. She's already told you that Anfaran is fairly inflated prices, potentially. So for the rest of the day, while Zadar is doing that, are the rest of you doing anything in particular?
I would be assisting Gib with the preparation of food.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want to be doing hard labour, because soft hands.
It makes sense.
Hey, if I injure my hands, I lose my ability to be a bard.
Just usual tasks around the ship.
Yep.
I'd be doing tasks in between a little bit of sword training.
Okay.
Gotta do your daily sword training.
Cool. So the rest of the day, it continues to get a little bit dark. Only reason why you sort of get 7, Zadar, is because a storm pretty much starts to roll in. So by the time it gets to sort of really late afternoon, it is raining on deck, and you're kind of flying through storm rain clouds. Sun goes down. It's quite dark, and Zathara is basically charting the rest of the course, sort of, kind of from memory and feeling. She's been doing this a while. She knows how to fly. She knows what she's doing, but she's basically just going off feeling at the moment.
Is she hooked on that?
You have a.
feeling? I'm a
I'm
bard. I
believing.
have to make musical references. It's in my nature. It's what my character would do.
It's not even the bad kind, though, so...
I don't know if I'm impressed or not.
That means
I
you're
can't
not.
tell.
Definitely not.
Rest of the day, kind of the evening, Gib prepares a nice meal with a little bit of help from Jack. He actually allows you to sort of help him. You have a nice little conversation while you're cooking, and he just sort of asks you, you know, where you're from, what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to answer him.
I would regale him with tales of grandeur, of castles in the clouds, cities the likes of which he's never seen, dwarven architecture, scaling mountains, hollowed out volcanoes, places of fantastical imagination, and I'd paint these pictures in such a way that he would almost feel like he was there in those places. And then I would tell him stories and tales of balls, of parties, of soirees with nobles, royals, races he's probably never heard of. I would paint my home plane as such a place of spectacular kind of frivolity and such grandness that it would awe him in ways he's never been awed before.
Okay. While you're cooking with him, just sort of every now and then, he almost stops and just sort of stares at you, kind of mouth agape. Just like really buying into what you're telling him. And just listening. Every now and then he kind of like almost sort of burns some meat.
Worth it.
And then just has to go back to sort of like sorting it out, preparing it. You all sit down for a nice meal of venison. Just venison.
And
But it's cooked really well.
more venison.
And if there's nothing you want to do before you all turn in for the night, any conversations to be had?
I would go, I mean, I have a little thing I've been putting together regarding our adventures, if you gentlemen would like to hear this. And Captain, of course.
Zafara's just eating. She's like, is it going to be music?
Yes, there's going to be music.
I could do with a little bit.
Visible relief as I thought I was getting ejected from the ship. And
Depends.
gentlemen,
If it's good, you can stay. If it's not, you might be the first person that we throw overboard.
I mean,
knows?
tough audience. So, obviously, Little Rough needs a little bit of refining, but I think it is a start to our saga and our fable, gentlemen. And without further ado, as there's this silence, Gib, can you just tap the drum to a little beat, please, as I'll produce a little hand drum for him?
And he kind of grabs it. It's he makes funny noise.
How about, and I'd show him a little bit of just a basic beat. Go for that. Go for that. It sounds very good.
Me.
Oh, once there was a travelling group who did come to town from the sea. They came for supplies, but found naught but the flies, and left with their head betwixt their knees. They searched and searched, but naught were found, no one as far the eye can see. With a worrisome look and a swift little glance, the party left for the green. A horse was found, huzzah the sound, but with nary a man to see. The more they searched, the less they found, the village as empty as can be. The people had left no goodbyes to be said, stranger and stranger to be. Once they had met the townsfolk, they found such an unfortunate sight. The people were dead, eaten not fed, and now we have no supplies to see. To clarify, I've been writing that while we've been doing this.
So would you
Rather.
obviously would you have kind of like performed that?
I would have put a bit of pizzazz to it.
Roll a performance check.
Oh, the minimum I can roll on this is 21.
21.
I've got a plus. Oh no, that's persuasion. Sorry, ignore me. I looked at the wrong P. The minimum persuasion or deception I can roll, Perry, is 21.
What, with a nat 1?
Yeah, because I can't count as a nat 1, it has to count as a 10.
Ah.
And I've got plus 11. Persuasion, performance, sorry, is only a plus 8, unfortunately. Okay, that's pretty good. 19.
19. Okay. You all kind of look at this, and he's strumming away on his little lyre. Almost like little sparks kind of appear from it. And he gives a fairly decent performance. There's no bum notes. And as you're doing it, Zathara kind of leans back a little bit more in her chair. She gets a little bit more comfy. She kind of just watches you, and you swear while you're playing. You just see her foot just kind of very subtly bouncing along to the tune. And when you finish, Gib, patting away on his drum, just goes,
I would give Gib a very, very deep bow and go, Gib, the applause is for yourself. I could not have done that without you. You are a
I thought it
fine
was great.
musician.
"He, what's this called?
It's called a hand drum.
Gibbs?
Why not? You can have it.
He." He just plays it. Zathara kind of sits back. That wasn't half bad, I suppose. Maybe we don't throw you overboard just yet.
Although I hate to admit it, it was actually rather good.
I'd give you all a half bow, nowhere near as over the top as the one I gave to Gib, and go, such praise from colleagues and captains of such high esteem means the world to a lowly performer such as I.
Zathara kind of looks around to the rest of you. You lot are an odd group. I've not had anybody like you lot before. Well, actually, no, tell a lie. My last group weren't exactly normal, so to speak. But you guys, something different. You're untested. So
Nice.
we'll see how things go.
Hopefully we'll be forged in the fire.
I mean, that's one way to do it. But we should be at Anfaran by tomorrow evening. So provided tomorrow goes well, all will be fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to hit the hay. And she kind of screeches her chair back, picks up her plate, nothing on it, takes it over to the sink, pops it in. Good night, everyone. Gabe, go to bed soon. I will. And you kind of just innocently like, can I play my drum? She, no. Okay.
I'll tell you what,
It
Gib,
is very loud, so it's probably not the best thing if people are going to be trying to sleep.
tomorrow I'll give you some lessons on playing it and some little tips and tricks.
You said I did well.
You did.
Well, now you want to give me lessons.
You are a
This
natural.
is very mixed messages.
You are a natural talent, but in the same way that iron ore is incredibly useful, refined even more so. And I would forge you into a bar of steel the likes music has never seen before.
So you're comparing me to metal.
Gib,
Yes.
he is simply saying you are good, but there's always room to be better.
You have a talent, and I would refine said talent.
I'd get
Okay,
up.
I take that. That makes sense.
I just
I'd
kind
get
of
up
give
and start
Zadara a
walking
half
down
look
the
like, thanks.
Sorry, Ryan.
I said I'd get up and start walking down the hall ready to go to bed. I'd just turn and say, if I hear any music before 8 a.m., I'm going to burn every instrument on this damn ship.
Oh, no, 8 a.m. is too early for music. I do not play before midday. Oof.
Thank God for that.
Does he awake before midday?
That
You,
was not the question.
Before you turn back to walk down the corridor, you see Gib, both hands on top of the drum skin, and he just looks at you and just goes,
Oh, no! What
and you
have I
turn
done?
and walk away.
What have I
I-
done?
I use thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow a mean purple, and then just turn and walk.
He's just looking, he's like, leans over to South. Not South. Zadar. Leans over to Zadar and just goes, I'm gonna wake him up.
The very big hand, the very small head. Pat, 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 pat.
I do it like the last one of the sevens. What's the last one of the sevens?
You mean time?
Yeah,
7:59 would be the last.
that one. I'll do it again, because then it'll go into 8. And then he can't burn this place to the motherfucking ground like he said.
You're a very cunning goblin, are you not?
Yes, I use my brains. I think.
I
Sometimes.
give him one more pat.
Okay, well, I go to bed too, so, picks up the drum. Hand drum to you, kind of like a normal drum to him. Picks it up. Thank you. And just...
That's quite alright, Gib.
As he runs into his room, he just... Door slams, and then you just from the... Just really quietly, just... Ding, 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 ding.
I
It's
need
now
to
just the
make
three
him
of you
some
out in the dining
drumsticks.
hall.
Good night, gentlemen. And I walk on deck.
By
Good
the
night,
way,
all.
Zadar, before you go, my thanks for saving us earlier. Your swift reactions with, ironically, Swiftwing may have saved the party.
When one is forged in war, when suddenly a companion, he pauses on the word,
Set through
appears
gritted teeth.
with magic around them, it's usually not due to something they can handle.
Ah,
And I
just
walk
hope
off.
next time you can take me with you.
Just before he gets to the top. I'm afraid sacrifices must always be made. Hopefully, we won't have that choice as a Teraann.
And to be fair, Sarkhan, you ran very quick. I must
Well, I was left, so I kind of had to.
needs must and all that. Toodle pip, right?
Of course. Then go to bed.
I would use prestidigitation to clean off all the dishes, tidy them all
Must
away,
add 'em.
and just kind of sit
at
there
you.
in the galley, like, kind of with the lyre on my lap, not playing anything but hands without me even realising, kind of strumming a tune none of you have ever heard me play before. And you would only really hear me play it in a situation like this where I'm by myself, not really
Just
focusing.
very low, not really like
My
creating a lot of
hands are
noise.
playing music that my brain does not know, is the best way to describe it.
You're kind of absent-minded playing.
Very, very much thinking and just smiling to myself.
Instead of sleepwalking, sleep playing.
You sit there and play for a little bit. It seems both like for hours and mere minutes. After a, for you, indeterminate amount of time passes, you feel, you get that kind of like sixth sense moment of a presence at the end of the corridor. And you look, still playing. And you see Zathara stood at the very end, just leant up against one of the corners, She's just watching you. She's got kind of a... She's changed. So you know some time has gone. She's in a more of a... Instead of her normal leathers and her goggles, her hair is just down, kind of a little bit over her face. Drapes over one shoulder, and you realise it's actually quite long. It comes down to about sort of just below her boob. James rolled a 1.
I saw that as well.
What did you ping?
I threw the tweezers in my hand that I'm fiddling with, and I might have just hit one of my Warhammer models, a very fragile one.
Oh no!
Onto
Is it
another
dead?
side. No,
No,
vampire
it's only
lives.
sanguineous.
Ooh.
Oh, that is nice.
She's watching you. Hair's kind of down. She's in more of like a loose, flowy robe. She just watches you play for a minute, and then you look up. You notice her. I know that look. The absent-minded playing. My father used to do the same thing. He used to play me songs before we went to bed. My brother hated it, but I always liked it.
Music has a way of speaking to a heart and a soul on a level nothing else can.
Very true. You know, I've known you for like 2 days.
You just get a little chuckle at that, like, yeah, it's been an interesting few days.
It definitely has, and I never thought I'd have humans on my ship. Ever. But, she kind of takes a deep breath, lets it out. None of you are what you seem. You're all slightly different in some way. You got Zadar. She looks over to the kind of staircase. Who's Zadar, but forged in a different way. When I look at him, I see what Zadar used to be like. Just a bit more twisted and a bit more damaged. Which is a lot to say, because our Zadar is absolutely fucked.
They have the same tactical acumen, but also care for those around them.
They do. And he's damaged in some way.
Oh.
I think it'll take him a long time to loosen up.
We're all damaged in our own ways, even yourself and I.
Then you've got the human that's... I can't even imagine what he's gone through.
Some would say he's been to hell and back. Some would be right.
Those would be right. And then we've got our... Just call him Daywalker for the moment. He hasn't outrightly said what he is, I don't think. Well, not to me anyway. But when hunting creatures of the night, it's often best to have some of their own kind with them.
Who knows the weakness more than those themselves?
Thing is, if I heard him right from where he's from, you've got a good ally there.
If he is what he appears to be, and he comes from where he says he is, it's an unusual combination. A desert and a vampiric creature.
Give him some time. He'll be able to tell you about them.
He's not tried to suck my blood just yet, or anything of that kind, so he strikes me as the good one.
Trust me, he should be. And then we've got you.
I am nothing but a bard, here to sing the stories of a party on the rise and an empire about to fall. And
I'm thinking... Maybe somewhere along the lines of redemption or proving to yourself.
That is a road I have not tread in a long, long time. One
And yet
that
now you find yourself on it.
I find myself at a fork, with one leading down the road that I've always walked, and I'd pat the hip flask at my side, and one leading into a forest that I cannot see into. And I am a coward. So who knows what I'll choose.
You may not even get the choice.
Well, fate has a interesting way of playing that hand.
It certainly does. She kind of looks over her shoulder. She opens the door to Gibbs' room, checks. She looks in, and she just sees that he's asleep, basically, on the drum. Kind of looks in. Closes the door. Looks at you. Good night, Jack.
Good night, Captain.
She turns. She walks back down, opens the door, closes it. Do you go to bed? Do you stay up a little bit longer?
I would sit there a few minutes longer, not playing this time, hand across the strings so they can't make a noise. Just thinking. And then just... Huh. It seems Lady Luck and Lord Fate aren't done with me yet. Well, I suppose there's always a new story to tell. And then I'd get up and go to bed.
You will get a decent night's sleep.
Ooh, long rest. Get your spells.
Another long rest.
I get my
You have
spell
your
slot
spells
back.
I actually needed it this time.
Same.
Ryan, 7:59. You are sound asleep. When all of a sudden, right next to your head, and you see Gib with his drums.
Opens his eyes and it's there.
He's literally like in front of your face.
Grab the drum.
You grab the drum, and he's just like, he's still playing.
I stand and I walk out of my room. I walk into the kitchen. And
He
I
kind
fill
of
the
comes
sink.
out the room, watches you.
I fill the sink to the top, so I'm not gonna burn it. Tip it upside down, and I put the hide in the water. Ray of frost on the water. Freeze it solid. Lift it out, and I give it back to him with a big block of ice on top of it.
You have to you place it in front of him. Block of ice is taller than him because of the sink depth plus that. He's just like, Jack, you broke your drum.
What? What do you mean he broke my drum?
That'll
Come-
melt
Come
in
look.
a couple hours.
I would kind of...
Next time, it'll be fire.
I would stagger out very much not awake yet. Like, what?
You look and you see this drum on the floor with a block of ice on top of it.
Too early. Take this, and I just shove my lyre, not realising what I'd given Gib. Give him my lyre and go back to my room. The door... It's a hand harp, so it's... Yeah, for Gib it would be like that. The door would close, and then you'd hear the... Fuck! Slam
I'll
open,
be
rush out,
taking
grab,
that
go. No.
Straight in the sink.
I'd circle around and go, have this, and hand him a maraca. And then go back to bed.
How many fucking instruments do you have?
He just starts walking down the corridor, just doing this, and then upstairs.
And then I'd stick my head back around the door and go, if you freeze one of my instruments again, I will throw you from the ship myself.
I'll freeze your head next time.
Oh, if I'm
In a
asleep, I
toilet.
don't care. And then I'll go back to sleep for a few hours. I do not wake up before at least 11 o'clock.
I'm just watching Kib run around the deck.
He's just having a whale of a time with his new fucking maraca. Who would like to roll the final day?
I will go for it. 15.
15.
We're all dead.
Giant spider.
No. Unless it's a normal giant spider, not a giant.
We could probably take on a phase spider at this point.
Yeah, it's only CR3. That we could take on 3.
I think you see all 3.
That's why I said don't put 2 against your level 3 people who are new at D&D.
I was only going to do 1, and then lots of other giant spiders.
No, you're going to do 2, and then I said 1 and other giant spiders as a recommendation.
Sorry, what did you roll?
15. 1-5.
Otherwise, you're TPK.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You might kill Andreas, but
I might kill the whole party.
totally forget we're recording.
What's everybody's plans for the day? After, like, looking around, sorting out stuff for early in the morning, what's everybody's plans? It's no longer raining, and it's a decent-ish day. There are clouds, but it's decent.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to melt this ice block and then give back his drum.
After a little bit, prestidigitize the drum and
If
give.
there's anything broken, mending.
Nothing's broken. The ladder looks a little bit like wet and unstretched. But other than that, not really broken. Gib gets his drum back and he's like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And now he's got his maraca and his drum. And he just goes downstairs. He just takes them into his room, puts them in there, and he just starts preparing some food, some venison.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Anybody else planning on doing anything?
I would again go help Gib with some food.
Cool. You help prepare like a decent breakfast.
Your chores.
Smell. He finds a couple of scraps of sort of stale bread, so he does more like a kind of a picky bit. So thin slices of meat, cooked, cooled, and then served up with the bread. So you've got like a kind of a half sandwich thing. The other two?
Just usual daily chores, sword training.
Sarkin?
No, just usual chores and helping out.
Okay. James, are you flying around on Swiftwing?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Until chore time.
Perception check, please.
Skirra!
I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna be looking more around, more like me. I'm just having a whale of a time. Dirty
Imagine
20.
start.
19, because it's plus 3.
19. Okay. You're flying around on Swiftwing. Midday passes. 1 o'clock passes. 2, 3. Sun begins to set. Gets to about 4 o'clock. Over in the distance, you can see kind of a soft glow on the horizon. You kind of deduce it's city lights. The ship's heading in that direction. All of a sudden, Swiftwing pulls you over to the right. You don't expect it. It's very much a, oh shit! Swiftwing just
Good thing
darts.
is a hook for my belt, so I don't fall out.
Mhm. Darts over to the right. You kind of immediately ask, like, Swiftwing, what the hell's going on? Swiftwing is beelining for something. Zathara kind of looks, watches. Does anyone know where he's going?
No!
She looks over. She can see she sees the glow of the city. I suppose we're taking a slight detour. She turns, the ship just turns, follows Swiftwing. Swiftwing flies for about 2 minutes max. When you, even with your blindness in one eye, notice there is a small cluster of trees in this forest that's below you. Small cluster of trees ahead, and just coming from within this little cluster, it's a bright light. It's just peeking out through the trees, but way the trees are done, it's like individual little beams of light that are finding their way through the branches and the tree cover. The Swiftwing's taking you towards that.
It's at times like these I wish we could talk.
He flies, kind of comes in, hovers slightly above it, and then before you even have a chance to react, just straight through the trees. Kind of outside of where the cluster is that's glowing, you go through the tree canopy, down the tree canopy, kind of where it would begin if you were looking up, but where it ends as you're coming down, you get into kind of an open wood. But where that glow is coming from is thick trees and bushes. You can't see in, but there is still little beams of light that are pointing out. As you come in, Swiftwing lands. And you can hear the ship in the distance, and you can hear it getting louder, but it's not near you yet. Do you want to do anything?
I'm going to ask Swiftwing why he's taking me, even though I know I won't get an answer.
Do you get off, or are you still on him?
I'll stay on him. I
Stay
am
on
a
him?
dragon rider. I shall ride my dragon.
Makes sense. Looking at this canopy, he will not fit in because it is very much overgrown. It's like brambles, thick bushes, lower thick trees. As you kind of look it over, you can see that there are like little walkthroughs, but unfortunately he would be too big to go in. And you are Swiftwing while you're on his back, and he just sort of looks at you, looks at the cluster, looks back at you, looks at the cluster, and just stays focused on it.
We'll wait for the others then. Or just at his neck.
He normally reacts to your pets. He does react, but it's minimal. You feel his neck kind of arch slightly, but that's it. He stays focused on the entrance. A couple of minutes go by, you hear the engines of the ship, and you look up, and you can, because it's not thick where you are at the moment, you see the ship pull over ahead and pause. Zathara, to you guys, it's like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm assuming he stopped here because there's a hole in that tree there where a branch broke, so I'm assuming that's where Swiftwing went through. I can't take the ship through that, so
Would you say they're
This'll
within
do.
60 foot of us?
roll me a perception check.
Okay. 21.
21. It's hard to judge, but you'd say from where you are to, as you look down, you do spot Zadar and Swiftwing. You kind of look down, and you roughly guess it's going to be between about 60 to 70 foot down.
Ah, universal speech will not help us then. Never mind.
Zathara kind of walks over to the edge of the ship, and she
So
takes a rope. She ties it around one of the barricades, ties it to another one, different one, ties it to another one just to make it a little bit stronger. I hope that's long enough. And she chucks it over the side, and it kind of falls down, hits a couple of branches on the way, gets a little bit stuck, and then just kind of droops. She's like, who's first?
Allow me, and I'll head down.
I just imagine Sarkhan not holding onto the rope, just walking down the rope like it's a wall. Completely perpendicular to it, just like do.
You go down. So this is a fairly high drop. But rope is assistance, so can you roll me a... I don't know if this come under athletics or acrobatics.
Climbing is usually athletics if it helps you.
Yeah, we'll do an athletics. Athletics check with advantage.
17.
Who?
17.
17. Yeah, you get down, no problem. And where it kind of kinks, where it's got caught on one of the branches, you get to it, unhook it, and it pretty much reaches to the floor. There's like a 5-ish foot drop at the end, which you just kind of bloop and land.
And then I'll head over to Zadar.
You two go in.
I'll go next.
Age before beauty.
19 on an
19?
athletics. Yeah.
No, piss easy for you.
Boy, it would be. Just one hand. Sit down.
Do.
Not Yuki's first time doing that.
Warm. I will follow, and I'm glad you gave it advantage.
Why?
3 and a 17. So, dirty 20.
Oh, piss easy for you as well. You make it down real nice. As you leave, Gib kind of comes up on deck and he's just eating another bit of meat. And he's like, is everybody leaving again?
We'll be back, Gib. Don't worry.
Okay, bye.
And as I was leaping over the rail to grab onto the rope, I just look at Zathara and go, I mean, this wouldn't be the first time I've had to exit from a high tower using a rope. Normally it's made of bed sheets, but, you know, and then just whoom, down the rope.
She watches you and you just see her just go, ugh. So you all come down and you're all met with basically like a wall of brambles, bushes, trees, just all manner of thick trunks, everything. There are kind of almost like little archways that are almost placed into this little grove of trees. They're about humanoid size, maybe a little bit smaller. They're probably about 4 foot tall, but there's a couple of little entranceways in. And out of it, you can still see the kind of really bright light that's shining. And you all look, and you all see Swiftwing just perched and just staring.
Zadar, do you know what's going on?
I'm afraid while Swiftwing may be intelligent, he can't speak anything, only understand.
I can
Look at
help with this.
I look at Swiftwing and I say, "What is it, boy? Did we fall down the well?"
So, as there is 5 of us, including Swiftwing, I would use my feature Universal Speech. We can all understand each other. Magically. Once per long rest, so don't expect that again today.
Okay.
Do they have to be able to, like, speak a language?
Nope, it's magical.
Read the ability for me.
Magical.
So, as an action... Oh, shit, never mind. As an action, she's 5 creatures within 60 foot. The chosen creatures can magically understand you regardless of the language you speak for an hour.
They can understand.
Damn it, I read
you.
it wrong. Never mind.
Good, like, effort, but yeah.
I'm still going to
unfortunately,
cast
that
it, hoping it would work.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. All of you feel nothing different. And Swiftwing very briefly just kind of looks at you. And you almost see like a dragony eyebrow raise. And then he looks back at the grove.
Think he wants us to go in there.
Shall we?
Yeah. Start heading in.
I'll put
I'll
on the
follow
ball.
Yuki.
What order are we heading in?
Yuki
at
first,
the
I'm
front.
second.
Let me lead the way. I am probably the hardest to kill.
I will bring up the rear guard.
So Zadar first, Yuki,
Me.
Sarkin, and then Jack, yeah?
I'll just be like, Sarkhan, after you!
It's always the back that dies
Right.
first, so we're all good.
So you all have to crouch-ish. You're kind of like hobbled over, walking through.
Oh God, I'm like a foot taller than everyone else.
You look on. You
See,
you paddle
you
along
are
on all
crouched.
fours. He walks along on all fours like a real lion.
I'm a real lion.
I'm a real boy.
You keep telling yourself that. Tia. It's not a straightforward path. It does twist, turn. There's a couple of like roots that are in the way that you've got to sort of, climb over. Occasionally you get slapped in the face with a branch, and Sadar kind of walks through, and as he walks through, he pushes a branch aside and then just back in Yuki's face. A little bit of whiplash. Hello, boys. Where are you? There you are. And you carry on walking through, and the little beams of light, even though you're walking into this grove, some of the little beams of light are coming into this little tunnel from like different angles. You continue going for what seems like a fucking long time, twisting, turning. All of a sudden, Sadar, you come round a corner and you're almost blinded. This light is like straight in your face, and it's all of a sudden your other eye almost becomes useless. You swear for a second your blind eye sees light. It's that bright.
Is it blind or is he missing it? I never actually asked that question.
Actually, yeah, I don't know.
It's there. It's just scarred from the
Because of
skin.
the
Oh,
cut
it's,
is- yeah.
it's one of those like white-eyed milky guys.
And you're taken aback, and you're like, ow, and you open your eyes, and it's no longer there. There is still a light, but it's nowhere near as bright. You continuing?
Yes. Oh, I say
You're
yes.
not at the front.
I
Shut up.
say yes, like I'm at the front. Yeah.
There's going to be a pause before I continue.
Okay.
As I let my eyes fucking readjust.
You just, ow, I'm seeing stars. You continue down, and as you do, it then just opens up. And you kind of walk through, and you step out. And as you do, you're met with this circular, I'll call it a room, but it's still the grove. So the walls are like brambles and branches and bushes, and it kind of all goes up.
An invisible.
Riley,
What's this called?
Oh my God, that's the Riley monster. Run.
come here. Smoosh. Well done. You protected the house. Good boy. Thank you. Yes.
And here is our designated dog break.
Yeah.
Prad is sadly preoccupied.
Excuse us while we dog.
It's a circular room that kind of comes up into a rounded point. You walk in, and the rest of you kind of file in. None of you see that bright light as you come round the corner. You all file in, and it's quite dimly lit in here. One room, singular. There is a table in the corner. Has all manner of scrolls and writings on it. The table itself is almost an extension of the walls, so the branches have kind of formed and created this table. There is a small chair created in exactly the same way, formed from the floor into this kind of high-backed chair. Over in the corner, there is no corners, it's round. Over in one of the side bits, there is it looks like a fireplace. It's designed to look like a fireplace. However, there is no fire in it. There is, however, a kind of dull, magical sort of pulsing light that you can see. And over in the back corner, by another bookshelf, just placing a book on it, you see a cloaked, sort of hunched figure facing away from you. Hair that kind of comes down to the middle of the back. Looks grey-ish in this light. And they put a book up, kind of rub the spine as they do, and you're all sort of stood there watching. Comes in, turns around. Oh. It's been a long time since I've had guests. Welcome.
We don't mean to intrude upon your dwelling, but my mount was very curious about this place.
A lot of creatures do get curious about it here. Come in. You're not in any danger here, don't worry. You look a little bit hungry. Please, sit. You do only notice that there is just one chair.
I don't sit.
I'll walk in.
As you walk in, he's like, yeah. As you walk in, the floor just kind of creaks up and forms into a stool.
Go and take a seat.
I'm gonna walk around the table and just like have a look what's on it.
You walk over to the table and he watches you and he's like, "There's, by all means, peruse. There's just some writings I've been working on, just some stories and some other little things. It's of no interest to people, but it keeps me happy."
May
They-
I ask your name? Or what those call you at the very least.
Names. I haven't used a name in a long time. I think most people just refer to me as the Hermit. So I've just kind of gone by that at the moment.
Tell me, good sir, may I have your real name then?
He kind of, as he finishes that and you ask that, he's like, You know what? It's been so long since I've heard it myself. It's almost escaped my memory.
Interesting.
And he proper like stares off in thought, just like playing with his hand.
Can I do an insight, see if he's lying?
Go for it.
I am very suspicious of this
16.
man.
What, Jack? But Ryan, sorry.
16.
16. You, from his very vacant expression and his now lost in thought, you have no reason to think that he's lying. This man has genuinely forgotten his real name.
Does he look human or?
As he's turned around, you look. You don't see any discerning features of his ears because the hair is it's like mine, almost like very kind of receding here, but just like a lot longer than mine. So as mine comes down to here, his kind of falls over the front and right down the back as well. So he's got kind of chiseledness, but that is also then hidden by a beard of kind
he's
of
not
your
Elven.
length. Of what?
Not Elven then. Elves can't grow a beard.
Yeah, beard of kind of like your length.
I am getting the well. Yeah, I know what Jack would think it would be. He would be.
If we're using titles, they call me Knight of the Crown.
I just kind of lean back and go, if you would not give us your name, I think we should be careful with ours. You should never give away your name, gentlemen, especially to someone you're unsure of.
Oh no, I would never force you to give a name. That's entirely up to you. I'm merely offering, if you wanted. I have tea. I have some snacks. Very few people come to visit me, so I don't have a lot of interaction with the outside world.
Do you have any salt?
Any?
Pepper? Any salt and pepper?
Yes, somewhere around here. Bear with me. And he walks next to the table that you're stood at, Brian. You can see all manner of like scrolls, writings, the occasional sort of like doodle of like different sky ships, different doodles of trees, flowers. You kind of look through it a little bit more. There's drawings of animals. And as you kind of go through them, the drawings get more and more intricate and more detailed, until you you push the last couple of papers aside, and you see this drawing. It's a drawing of like a wolf, stood on top of a rock, but for a split second, the wolf looks real, and then you realize you are looking at just a ink and quill drawing, but it's that detailed and that intricate. He's at a desk next to you, and he's just like, "Oh yes, some of those I did a long time ago, back in." I lost my train of thought. What were we? Oh, the drawing. Yes. Yeah. Back in my prime, I used to. Before the wrists started to go, it was a little bit. I was a little bit of an artist, some would say, and it never really went anywhere. So some of those are more of my older pieces. I do have some more over on that shelf, but they're the better ones. They're the kind of the newer stuff's. Well, it's a bit crap. And he's like, yes, salt and pepper.
Thank you. And I kind of put a little salt in my right hand and just pepper in my left and hand them back.
He kind of looks at you and just goes, "What an odd custom."
I'm going to look at Jack and say, next year ask him to hold some iron.
I mean, if you have any spare.
Iron?
I'm glad you picked up on what I was going for then.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you
No
are you
idea
after
what
iron for something?
No, we was just seeing what the quality of the iron was in these parts. Do you mind if I hold it myself?
Yeah. Yes, this isn't from here. I was given this by a rather charming dwarven trader.
Can I... What would it be to see if it's actually iron?
As in, like, skill check?
Investigation?
Investigation.
Can I investigate it to see if it's actually iron?
You certainly can. You can roll it with advantage as well because it's in your hand.
I don't like that.
It's probably just going to be iron.
I almost certain it is, but I
It's
have to
iron.
check. 16.
It's iron.
I thought it would be. I'm checking to make sure Jack thinks he's Fey.
Okay.
Salt and pepper hospitality. Salt over the left, pepper over the right. It
I
protects
thought that
you.
was for demons.
It's for laws of hospitality.
Oh, okay.
That's why, and then hence why next you'll ask him to hold iron,
Okay.
and then just look at it and go, okay. Very much feel a little bit more comfortable and pass him it back. It's good iron around here.
Ah.
Well, at least to be
I
a
mean-
dwarven compatriot.
Yes, it. I haven't quite decided what to turn it into yet.
I'm not sure about 5e, but like all the other D&Ds, they would be vulnerable to iron weapons and iron stuff as well.
Even if
like
they're
real
not,
life folks.
the fairy tales and fables that Jack would have heard would say they are, so he would think
Yeah.
they would be.
He goes, please have a seat, and he walks over to the front of his high-backed chair, and he gets out the little teacup, and out of the table, some more like little kind of goblets form, and he just sort of snaps them off. He's like, please, this is good tea grown from the forest out there, and he hands Sarkin a cup.
Thank you very much.
Pours another one. Offers one to Jack.
He would take it. Of course, you would never disrupt the law of hospitality.
Pours another one. Offers it to Zadar. Okay. Takes that same cup. Offers it to Yuki.
I'd grab it. I'd say,
Could you-
so,
Pours himself one from the same. I'm going to point this out. From the same
I've already taken a sip.
cup. And just
Tell
holds
me,
it.
what type of magic is it that allows you to grow such things on a whim?
Oh, it's the grove. So this little area which you found your way in, and he points back to the little hole that you came through. It's kind of native to the forests around Anfaran. It's all sort of connected to the tree. I'm not sure if you've travelled around very much, but one of the capital cities, Ansharis, is featured on one of those large trees.
It's a beautiful
Those
city.
large
We've
trees.
come from there directly.
Oh, fascinating! You'll have to tell me what it's like. I've not been in a very long time, actually. But the tree that it's all on, it's all connected. And Sharas and Farron has one. It's not by any means anywhere as large as the Ansharas tree, but it is connected. Or so they say. Either way, Anfaran now has one that has sprouted and is growing. So the link between the two and the forest area that spreads between them, it's usually good for lush growing. There are other little towns between here and there, and they all produce fantastic crops and everything like that. Old legends put it as gifts from the gods, but I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is.
I mean, given the absence of most gods, who knows?
It disappeared a long time ago.
Some would say almost 800 years ago.
I believe that's, yes, probably around about that time.
Those
I
damn
wish I could-
humans, right?
War's got a war, I suppose. Sorry, what were you saying?
I wish that I could be naive as other mortals to think the gods are actually looking out for us.
If they were, there would be a lot better things happening in the world, I suppose. But then if they're indisposed, as the stories say, what could they do to help?
I mean, from my experience, even when the gods are present, we are not naught but playthings for their entertainment. Pieces on the eternal chessboard that is life and the planes of existence, there to save them from the boredom that is immortality.
Very true. So not peoples of faith. I'm not judging by any means. I'm just merely gauging the room.
More of a
Look.
sailor on the seas of fate.
The god I worship would cause me to be crucified here.
Actually, we've never addressed the fact if you worship an obus or not.
No, we haven't, have we?
At that point, I just kind of slow turn and go, wait, do you actually worship him?
From where I came from, he didn't create destroyers, but saviors.
Could you hold off on the prayers while we're here, though?
I tend to keep the prayers tight. I'd only tend to do them in Arcus's presence. The fact that everyone fucking looked up.
God damn it, I wish it was Quetz right now! So badly! You twat. Ah, I mean, Arcus sounds like a nice guy then.
That hurt you to say that, didn't it?
Oh! Oh!
You could see the pain. You could see the pain.
Oh, I feel violently sick.
He kind of he comes over to Yuki.
Ooh.
So no, you've been perusing these. We've got a potential man of a god. I'm gonna go for an atheist potentially with him.
I believe there are gods. I just don't follow any of them.
He kind of looks you up and down. Oh. Takes a sip of his tea. I feel like I don't need to ask about this, but I'm going to, so forgive me for prying, but... The hells?
What gave you that impression?
Well, you're very clearly a human, but, These make it a bit different.
Yeah. Well, in this plane it was 800 years. While I was there, probably felt more like 250, something around that mark. It's hard to keep count when you're either in a jail cell or killing people.
But now you're back.
Apparently, don't know how long for.
Not long enough. I mean, or
He
too long.
takes He takes another sip of his tea, which is the last little bit, and he pops it on the desk next to you. Places a hand on your shoulder. The gods do work in strange ways, and if it's the hells, I'm assuming it's not been in a good way for you.
Taught me to survive.
We learn from our pain, and he looks kind of around you. You seem like you've done a good job. Takes his hand away, looks over to Sarkin. And what about you?
I am a man of faith, but not for the gods.
Oh? And what would that be for instead? Yourself, fellow man?
Fellow man, you just get a chuckle from me.
A higher power, just not the gods.
Interesting. So a very varied group of people. It's like a little melting pot in here. It's wonderful.
And what of you, hermit? Name,
Oh.
title. You seem to know a lot about many things for someone who is so withdrawn from society.
I never used to be. I used to travel, showing artwork and doing adventuring, taking contracts and living out my youth days. Now, not so much. Took my early twilight years in a temple as a priest, and then upped and left. Found this charming place and just thought I'd set up roots for the last couple of years of my life.
To
And
oh, sorry.
what deity was it that you worshipped?
It was in the temple of the gods in Ansharis. So we worked for all of them. I'm not entirely sure how they do it now, with the fact that the
Well, you said you'd
Pantheon
never
is
been to
indisposed.
Ansharis.
I hadn't been there recently.
How long ago is recently?
Oh, you're asking the questions now. Must have been maybe going on 100 years, potentially. He kind of strokes his beard. Yeah, probably about that actually. Since I've been there.
What are you then? As you can see, two humans, a Leonin and our fellow Sarkan is what he is. What category do you fall into?
Oh, sorry, it's their hair. I forget it's there, and he pulls it back, and you can see pointed ears.
Apologies for the suspicions. There are interesting times about.
He pulls his hair back. Oh no, honestly, it's not. It's the interrogations. I don't mind. To be honest, it's nice to actually have some company and people that are willing to talk, rather than just seeing the grove and running the other way. You said your beast guided you here?
I'd think you'd be insulted if you called him a beast, but he did guide us.
From the ground?
From the sky.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay, that's...
How big is this area?
That
This-
you're in?
Yeah.
It's probably about a 60-foot circle.
So we could bamf. Swiftwing out if he wanted to.
He'd take up the majority of it, but yeah. Did you put Swiftwing back in your necklace, or did you leave him out there?
I took him back in. That's what I said. I put him back in.
Oh, we appear to
No.
have paused the session again.
Yeah, because I haven't moved it in a while, so it's... There we go.
I will not be caught dead without Swiftwing within reach.
Are you bamfing him out?
Yeah.
Cool. So towards like one of the walls, just Swiftwing comes out. This old man doesn't really react. He just kind of, oh,
As I said,
well,
a beast he'd take offense to.
my goodness.
Oh,
And you
this one-
see Swiftwing just, he's out, kind of looks at the old man and just stares. Doesn't growl, doesn't react, other than just staring. And he's like, my goodness. I haven't seen a dragon eel in decades or centuries. Whichever one's the tens.
decades.
He looks him around.
I imagine a radiant crystal one you'd probably seen even less.
No, they are incredibly rare. Even more so now, considering the humans practically hunted them to extinction. Wow. He keeps going, looks him around. He looks at you and goes, 1 second. Goes back to the bookshelf. Rummages through, takes out one of the larger books. Kind of holds it in his hand, opens it. Flicks through. Takes out a page. Puts the page under his arm. Puts the book back up. Kind of hurries over to you and goes, this. And he hands you the rolled up piece of paper. And just hands it to you. You take it, you open it, you unfurl it, and it is a crystal variant of a dragon eel drawn by hand in perfect detail, asleep on a rock at the edge of a waterfall. Imagine how Pride Rock looks, and then put a waterfall either side of it, and he's just kind of sat asleep, curled up on that. He goes, that's for you.
I'm
Nyamagitsu, mama.
in the island, the isle. Got the rock with the waterfall either side. I'm like, yeah. Pride Rock? Nah, fuck that.
That then, yeah, it's basically that, and he just goes, "Please take that. That's one of my earlier things. It's something I doodled a long time ago. It doesn't really look like him, but you can pretend."
Well, I appreciate the offer. I hand him back his piece of art.
He goes, "No. I honestly, I have tons of them. I really don't need it." And he takes a step back.
Then allow us
Can-
to. Sorry, after you.
Put it on the table.
Do we get the sense that these drawings are magical in any way, or does it just feel like normal drawing?
They just feel like ink and quill.
If he's an elf, he's lived long enough to perfect the art. As
I
one,
just turn around to him and say, so what's the deal with the lights then? Since I was going to ask.
Lights?
Yeah, we saw some bright ass lights coming through the canopy on our way down here. Kind of what led us here.
Huh. You know, oddly enough, you're not the first people that have told me that. A while ago, some people had passed through and they said they saw some lights coming through. I mean, I have, and he points over to the little fireplace. I have this. That provides me with a bit of warmth and a little bit of light for here. Other than that, I don't see anything else. I mean, I very rarely leave, and when I do, I don't see anything coming back in.
interesting.
Maybe you have friends of the wisp. Of the willow kind, maybe.
Usually not common in these parts, but I mean, with the way that the world is screwed up at the moment, it could well be the case.
So you weren't very clear why the Swiftwing would have been drawn to you.
See, that is a bit of a conundrum because there is nothing that is inherently special about this.
Yes,
The lights are an interesting thing. It might be that. Sorry, was it Swiftwing?
Swiftwing is staring very intently at yourself. Not at
You all
him.
look, and you can still see Swiftwing is 100% staring at him.
So,
It is a bit unnerving, actually. He takes a step to the side. The Swiftwing's head just moves with him. Steps back the other way. Is he going to eat me?
Look at Swiftwing. Are you?
Swiftwing continues to stare.
You're not. Are you truly an elf?
Yes. He goes for the hair again, moves it back.
Ears
This-
are not the only distinction.
What more proof would you require?
There are creatures that can take on the forms of other creatures.
Like changelings?
More-
Not quite what I meant.
Hmm.
Stronger.
I have-
Prouder. and
I have
point to
heard
Swiftwing.
tales of adult dragons changing form.
Like your companion here, the dragons haven't really been spotted doing much lately. Other than the ones that took sides during the war.
Zadar, could you check in with Swiftwing to see if he senses a threat?
He would be low, his hackles would be up, and he'd be beckoning for me in the saddle.
That's
But he's not doing any of those things.
Yes.
I think curiosity has him. And I still doubt you're an elf.
Curiosity of the edible kind?
Curiosity that killed the cat, and the satisfaction that brought it back.
Well,
The fucking irony coming from a cat.
it is. I am an elf. There's a hair in my face. I'm not entirely sure how else I can prove this. Hello, Swiftwing. Swiftwing sort of, you see his eyes kind of move as his hand shakes. He breaks his stare. Looks at Zadar. Looks back at the old man. Kind of looks around the room. Turns 360 on the spot. And just lays down.
Now I'm even more suspicious.
Yep.
He's like, oh. What did I do?
Dragon Hills only answer to two things. Those who raise them, and those of their kin that are stronger.
I just said hello. The amount of mistrust you lot have is fucking amazing.
We don't
At the
just
same
have-
time, I'm like, how much of Dragon Hills does he know? How much?
Has Perry done his research or not?
Perry, is there a
Yeah.
bird cage with 7 birds in it?
Have I described a bird cage with 7 birds in it?
7 canaries.
Is that
Golden.
what they are. Yeah, no,
And does he have one eye?
he does not.
Like the one that saved Jack from flying off into the void. Josh.
No idea what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna jump.
I was flying. It made sense to fly. I was the
It did.
AC-130 overhead that then got taken out.
Flying into the fucking void.
Okay, I had 5 int. I wasn't smart.
It wasn't.
He looks at Swiftwing on the ground. Okay, well, I feel like we've got. I mean, not that we were on a particular topic anyway, but Are you traveling at the moment?
To and Farron.
Ah, right. And you said you came from Ansharis
That is correct.
via airship, or all via Swiftwing?
I believe that many would tire him.
There, so I'm assuming airship. I mean, I have. He looks around. I've got some spare supplies for like fruits and veg if you needed it.
We wouldn't say no, as we have only got venison at the moment.
Oh, "Hmm. The venison around these parts is particularly good.
But when you've had nothing but it for 2 days,
Sad.
I suppose, yes, pros and cons. Good meat, constant good meat, kind of loosens the... Yes. Okay, so he walks over and he kind of bundles up a little, like, hacky sack. He just... By all means, take that. I have plenty more in the wall somewhere. Yes, take those. Nothing needed in return. It's merely been nice to actually have the company of people who are interesting, albeit slightly mistrusting. Sort of looks around all of you. The interrogation has been... Well, it's been good conversation, to be perfectly honest. I haven't actually had the interesting conversation in a while.
Less interrogation and more queries.
That is a better way of putting it. Yes, yes. Queries are always interesting. Unfortunately, I can't offer you a place to stay for the evening. Ansharis, if you are traveling by airship, is only about 2 hours away. So, do you have any other queries before you go?
Was that him or was that you?
That was me. I had to crack my finger.
It's very threatening. Stop.
Who's gonna ask a fucking question?
We won't take up any more of your time.
He kind of like gives you a bow. He's like, now that I know you're coming, and he kind of taps twice on the desk. The hole that you guys walk through extends slightly to become a little bit taller and a little bit clearer, sort of like all the roots and stuff that were jagged, like sticking through it, kind of recede back into the walls.
Much
Is-
obliged.
That should be easier for you to get through now. I didn't know you were coming. It's more of a little safety mechanism to just stop people wandering in. So just leave your cups. I'll clean those up later. But it was an absolute pleasure talking to you all.
well, surely you would take some form of payment.
Oh,
for
it's
this.
not needed. It really isn't.
I would
He's
argue it
gonna
is.
sing for you. Just take some gold.
Wait, my options are gold or singing. I'll hear the music.
I imagine as someone as far removed as yourself. Has
I
not
have
heard-
no need for gold.
He may be good at the instrument, but his choice of songs are questionable.
No, performers and people who put their work out there should never be judged for what they do. If he's not good, constructive criticism helps them.
I'm afraid them putting themselves out there is to be judged, much like a book's cover.
It
Their
is.
songs are
It
their
is.
own.
It is. I completely agree with you. But then it's on the humanity of other people to treat them with kindness.
An odd word to use when humanity in this realm. Majority of them are psychopathic murderers.
Anyway,
That is also very true. Humanoid just sounds weird.
but-
Anyway, song. What?
well, I mean, only if you would allow it.
Of course. Yes. Yes, definitely.
Again,
Do you mind if I write it down as you sing?
be my guest. I would happily regale you with it as many times as needed.
He takes over he walks over to the desk that Ryan stood at. Takes a bit of paper.
I will
ink.
apologise in advance. It is something that I have made up within the last 30 seconds, so it will not be refined, but it is from the heart.
Good.
What?
It's the last 30 seconds.
Literally. So I will bring the lyre around and I go just kind of quickly tune it. And for those of you who kind of been paying attention, you'd realise that the lyres, whereas before it was absolutely shoddy, it wasn't looked after. It doesn't look good now, but it looks better. A little bit more crisper on the edges, and the gold's a little bit more vibrant on it. So, strum away.
Should sell that.
I got this at the top of Beanstalk. I could never sell it. It's all I have of home.
I said we, not you.
Oh. So. A stranger we did meet one day on the road. A grove of trees within he lived. A magical place of wondrous sight, with nature and life vibrant within. With a smile and a laugh, hospitality was well met. With food, drink and joy, friends made, enemies not met. Fruits of the god and nectar of the world. Supplies we now have, and a friend we have met.
Perry, if you're not giving him inspiration, I have an inspiration. I'm
I-
giving him an
I
inspiration.
have one
No.
already. That's the problem. I have one. I've not needed it.
I will give you an extra. You can put it in your notes. Because the two songs, brilliant. As you're singing, because it would be probably a little bit slower, and strumming away, performance check
Happily.
with advantage.
Oh, I'm not going to need it. Oh, I did need it. Never mind. Oh, my first roll was a 15. My second roll was a 1. So that is 23.
It works. You sing it note for note perfectly. And as you're singing, he's writing it down. And he writes it down just as you go. He gets it word perfect as well. He looks up at you when you finish. You know, for coming up with that in such a short time, that is wonderful. Can I get you to sign it?
You flatter a man who is naught but a journeyman in a craft that you appear to be the master of.
Oh, Jack, you do yourself a disservice.
But I would sign it quite flowingly with the underneath. Ryan, you know how Graham signs his name?
You also never told him your name was Jack.
Yep.
That's why Perry has this massive
Oh,
grin
fuck!
on us.
Thank you so much for picking up on
I
that.
noticed.
I picked up immediately.
I would sign it and then go, I never told you my name. After I'd signed it, though. What are you, really?
You never needed to. He takes it. This can go in a book. Puts the quill down.
Fuck!
Takes out a book. Opens it. Slots it in one of the first pages. Closes it.
Guys, I'm now a warlock.
I've changed to class. That's it. You're now a warlock.
I found my
Can
patron.
you use charisma?
Puts the book up.
I've got good stats for a warlock as well.
Looks at you all and just goes, "It's been a pleasure."
Oh, fuck.
Turns. And just starts going through the bookshelf.
Guys, can someone say my name, please?
No.
Of course.
Oh,
It's,
O tails.
Don't do this to me.
I don't
As
know what's
he's-
happening.
As he's looking through, he's like, your way out, it instead of being a curved passage now, it should be fairly clear. Feel free to pop by anytime you're passing the area. It's always nice to have the company.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
You are most welcome.
I'll get up and I'll start to head out.
I place a single ration on his table before leaving, with Swiftwing in the. 'cause my man's not big enough.
In the Pokeball. Sorry, in
No,
the
that's fucking insane.
in the indistinct capturing system of a creature. Pal ball. They won't sue us.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked have I just made myself, Terry?
Who goes next? So Sarkin's left. Zadar's left.
Yeah, I'd leave.
I would probably be the last to leave.
I'd just leave it in there.
Cool.
I guess I would start to walk out, and as I get to the door, turn around and just go, whatever you are, or whoever you are, thank you for your hospitality and your kindness.
He looks at you. You are most welcome. And remember, what you say about the gods. Yes.
Oh,
They talk of
fuck!
Grand theatre of things, and they often play with mortal beings. But I don't think they do anything out of spite. If they had the ability to help this world at the moment, I think they would.
Which
But
one
unfortunately, I think their powers appear to be limited. And he looks up. And I hate that you said it earlier. As you do, you see a small bird fly down, land on his shoulder. He looks, gives it a scrooch. I'll be seeing you again. And as you're in the doorway, the roots just kind of grow over.
Oh, fuck! We came close to death!
Above board, Josh guessed a remnant of a god or something like over half an hour to me. Disgusting. Like, what the fuck is this?
I've just got a good instinct for this.
FYI, the little bird was a canary. Gold canary.
I would see that, and I would know the stories, and I would now be like,
He's a lesser god, but one of the most known gods in theirs.
I would.
That is where we're going to end tonight.
Fucking bitch.
Oh, there's so much RP to do around that.
Remember it. Remember it for next time.
Jack tells the door. Well, knew you were a fucking bitch, as he says to Swiftwing.
Oh, as if you just had me interrogate Bahamut and be suspicious of Bahamut. Thankfully, he's the good one, so as long as we didn't do anything untoward, we were safe.
You behaved very respectfully. I was very proud. I was getting a little bit worried with the questioning. And how deep you were going to fucking go with that one.
You ain't no fucking elf.
I was, but at one point I was tempted to throw a cantrip at him just to see if he blocked it. I was like, not best not, because we're insinuating that this is a dragon at this point.
I was going to say, it went from,
I thought
nice
it
little
was
old
going to be
man
a dragon.
potential.
I walked in and thought, Archfey, I'm not going to lie, and thought, fuck,
Yeah.
go for the hospitality laws, as long as we stick to hospitality, we're safe. And then he held the iron, and it's fuck, it's not a fey,
I
it's
literally
worse.
saw all of your like thought process. It was like, this is a bit weird. Okay, could just be an old man. Like, he could just be genuinely giving us an old hermit. Oh
Yeah.
no, maybe it's a fey. Holds iron. It's not fey. Oh shit, Swiftwing's acting weird and Swiftwing's the reason. Maybe it's a fucking dragon. It's not a dragon. Is it a god? No, it can't be a god. Is it a god? It's a fucking god.
Oh, wait, guys, that means we're technically blessed by Bahamut. Bahamut has blessed our journey by giving us supplies.
The platinum dragon.
We have food from a lesser god. That's at least a level up.
What, dealing with Bahamut?
And not dying?
No. Absolutely not. Not yet.
I'm a warlock initiate spells, man.
What do I get at 8th level, actually? Let's just see. I don't think I really get anything good at 8th level. Oh, I get an ability score improvement, which means feet for me.
Wait, did we see that up?
No. Because I've
I was
got
like, I'm very
20
confused.
charisma.
Like, wait.
But yeah, as we have gone slightly over time again, only by 15 minutes this time, which is really, really good. For anybody that has watched, thank you ever so much for watching. For those of you watching on YouTube a little bit later down the line, thank you ever so much. Do the lovely little things of the liking, the commenting. We try and respond to them as best we can. It will either be through the Wishful Mockery or through one of us personally. Probably through Wishful Mockery it'll be easier because then at least you know you've been responded to by us.
You've been acknowledged
Yeah, exactly.
by Bahamut.
Share it around, introduce us to people. We're all stupid, and we're just having a bit of fun with this.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Next goal is gonna be 50 subscribers on YouTube's. So yeah, wonderful. Thank you ever so much for watching, and we will see you next week. We're all free for next week,
Yep.
Yes.
potentially. Hopefully next
Yes.
week.
Yes, I'm free on the Saturday.
Cool, wonderful. Well, nighty night, everyone.
Goodbye, all.
Bye.
Bye.